right, it's another week. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's
Yep, yep,
another
yep.
man. Where's the energy, guys?
I say yep, yep. Now me they do hype man now. You want me how they
Yup,
do
yup, yup.
Azu?
It's an after party. It's
You want
an
me to bring
after
cartel
party.
matter?
After got the nah matter. Nah. Shout out to Magneto. Fresh out. Shout
Yeah.
out Magneto. Do you know that Magneto's legend is not spoken about enough? Do you know?
Why?
There was a point in time, Magneto's from J Town, all right. There was a point in time, no matter who you were, if you wanted to break out in the rap scene,
Yeah,
right, in like the north, most especially like J Town area,
yeah.
you would have to go to Magneto and audition.
Oh, for real?
Some of your favorite rappers today were taken to Magneto to hear him. Magneto will give them a
Wow.
stamp of approval and say, okay, okay, the guy tight.
Ah, okay.
You
I
know,
see. I see.
yeah, he dropped his first album very long time ago, like 2007, I believe, fresh
Yeah, I know
out.
it's an OG. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know, he does his thing, and people like look at him like he's like the ludicrous of Nigerian, music and everything. But man, that guy is a savage when it comes to like hip hop. He did
Yeah,
rap, he has bars, but I also love how he's been able to make his music very relatable.
yeah. At
Um,
the end of the day, that's what
yeah,
matters.
the series he does on YouTube, check out his YouTube page. He does that series where he interacts with people. He's rapping and having conversations. He writes his verses for the people he's talking with as well. It's brilliant. He started another one again. I know the first one was Relationship Be Like also, but I think he
Hmm.
started another one again and it's already sounding or looking really good. So yeah, shout out to
Magneto fresh out.
Magneto any day, any time. Realest guy ever. But yeah, we have another episode for you guys, and we're chilling. We're here again. It's the fan mail episode. Who's excited?
Woo! Feedback time.
I don't think we've done fan mail for like 2 weeks straight, so we have a lot of fan mails. We have two Ask the Giants. We have that long ass Ask the Giants that we have been keeping for how many weeks now? I think we're gonna read
For a
it.
while now.
Also have some talking points as usual, right? Stuff that's
Let's
going
go.
on, or will I say going down in Lasgidi in Nigeria and just globally as well. Yeah, we have that. We also have for you guys this week in history. People are really loving this week in history. Got some really good
Yeah,
feedback.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, taking them back. A weekly reminder of what was.
The good old days.
Mm, a weekly
It wasn't
reminder of
that
what
good
was.
anyway. It wasn't that good.
It was better.
Especially
Apparently.
whoever is curating this week in history, person has just been throwing in a lot of politics, people dying, dying, dying. Anyway, it's not
Dying
really
in
sure.
May.
Yeah, dying in May. But yeah, some really good stuff as well. And this week in history that you guys can go and check out. But yeah, are you guys excited to start the show? Well, I'm
Yes,
not
I'm
feeling any
excited. Let's
excitement.
go.
Where's the
Let's go. Let's
ginger?
go.
Where's
Let's
the
go. Let's
ginger,
go.
guys?
I said, let's go, let's go, let's
It's
go.
because you've not activated us now. You know how to
What do I need
activate
to
us.
activate you guys? What do I
As
need
you
to
know
do?
now, you're the DJ now. So
All
you know how
right.
it goes.
All
You
right,
know
all
how say
right,
they
all right.
go?
I got you. I got you. I got you. Let us hear from your friend. Actually, you're someone you like very much.
Oh,
Steve.
okay,
Yeah, someone
okay,
you like
okay,
very
okay,
much.
okay. Let's go. Let's go.
You like
Let's
plenty
go.
people.
I like less. I wanted to talk. I wanted to give you a little story about Magneto later. Oh,
I'm about to brainstorm, get a raincoat. I'm blazing so much paper like a chain smoke. I'm breaking my own records like Usain Bolt. My flow is like my mind's on drugs, this is Brainco. They wanna shoot down the king like Martin. Understand your time's up, we just starting. You wanna go against the team, reconsider. And that's word to all of my followers on Twitter. I'm a beast, I'm a dog, I'm a goddamn predator. I eat you lames for lunch, Hannibal Lecter. Let me count it for you, homie, I'm the one. I'm too much, I deserve a threesome. I told them I was undeniable, they pushed me to the floor. Told them I'd be back in the building, they tried to shut the door. Told them I was Mr. Capable, they wanted an armchair. W experience, baby, trust me, you gon' want some more. Now, direct me now, try to break me down, bring me to my knees.
Bill's new EME soldier. Tell your favorite rapper I'm intellectually older. Dope kinda young in my sky, I'm a star. I create my own galaxy when I spit a bar. Uh-oh, in the dark I shine, you twinkle. Still a kid following my path to give a wrinkle. I'm into much bigger things. It's kinda like the Red Bull drink. It's meant to give wings. Fly, fly, fly abroad. Everything in one accord. If they hate, I'll repeat the action on the catalog. When it comes to greatness, that's the one I don't miss. Like a girl that ain't married yet. The Grammy's what I'm trying to get. No, I'm not the future. I am just a crystal ball. If it ain't about dough, we don't have to mix it all. Welcome to my show, though I'm not a broadcaster. Forget visa, my music takes me abroad faster.
Underrate me now, try to break me down, bring me to my knees. You can't test me now, disrespect me now, try to wreck me now, but you never succeed. You can't stop me. Oh, so bad, oh, so bad, oh, so bad, oh, 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 so bad, oh, so bad, yeah, so bad, yeah, let's go. This industry got me feeling like a bed, the way I stay getting slept on. Freestyle, I need a microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just don't get it confused. I am top of the line. What the fuck I gotta prove? I'm ahead of my time, so get it can't lose. They know the game changed as soon as it came through. I'm the truth. And if you don't like it, you can sue me. These other niggas are so George Clooney. Yeah, having a ball, but always know they smile though. Ready to overcharge the game. I'm so Ronaldo, giving you what you need, but you ain't gotta thank me. I am the chosen one, Barack Obangi. Half man of capability. Haters criticizing in vain is futility. That's right. And I ain't meant no disrespect to Uncle Ruben. Just thought this article needed too much improvement. Underrate me now, try to break me down, bring me to my knees. You can't test me now, disrespect me now, try to wreck me now, but you never succeed. You can't stop me. Oh, so bad, 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 oh, 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 so bad, oh, so bad, yeah, so bad, yeah, again. You can't hit me now, underrate me now, try to break me down, bring me to my knees. Now disrespect me now, try to wreck me now, but you never succeed. No, you can't stop me. Oh, so bad, oh, so bad, oh, so bad, oh, 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 so bad, oh, so bad, oh, so bad. I'd like to thank y'all for coming to the W Experience Show. I'm just getting started. I know they scared. Ride with me. Panky W. Back again. Easy. Let's do this.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
I'm sicker. And even other girls still tell me I'm sicker. And I don't need no liquor. I've got the energy to light up the world. My love fire away me up. My love fire away me up. My love fire away me up. My
Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast. It's Loose Talk, baby. Loose Talk,
Yep.
baby. We're back,
I have
boys.
some I have
We're
some
back,
points to
girls.
make.
Can I finish with my intro first?
Oh, okay. Go on.
Yeah. Before the lead researcher rudely interrupted my introduction, which I was going to introduce them. Um, but I'll still go ahead and do so. My name is Osagie Alunga. You're also locked onto going to be listening to or listening already to the Afrobeat connoisseur himself, the pop culture icon, if I may do say so myself,
Also.
the culture curator 1.0. If you need anything concerning Nigerian pop culture or just culture or anything Afrobeats, there's only one man you should be knocking on his door. His name is Ayamide. A round of applause for this gentleman, by the way.
Yep. What's up? What's up?
Yes, yo. And yeah, we have Steve Diddy. So, Steve, go ahead.
That was good. I
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
intro.
I mean, you already, cut into your time. I was not going to,
Yeah,
spoil.
we're not going to use another person's time to
Yeah,
come
it's
on.
life. It's
Makes
life, man.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense. I want to say how talking about skills because he rapped on that Banky's record, right? Like
Yeah.
how I think Wizkid's success kind of changed the direction and the trajectory of his career. I don't know if you guys agree. Just because Wizkid was really successful in the label with pop music, I think Banky tried to. I think the whole label, EME. I think he himself he was influenced in changing the direction of his music. I don't know if I'm right with that. With that theory.
It's a good one to think about. I mean, if you look at it, I don't necessarily agree, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
First things first, he didn't drop a project on EME, apart from the group album
Yeah.
they did. He didn't drop a solo project, so we cannot for 100%, we are not 100% sure in which direction they were changing him to. And so far when he was on the label, he was rapping and doing his thing, sing at times, but mostly rapping. They let him be comfortable in his skin, and that's why I loved EME. They let their artists be their artists. Neola was singing. They didn't push her to make pop songs. She was singing "To Bad," which is like an R&B record. She was doing other R&B records that we've even played here. Shady when he came on board. Shady is a natural um,
R&B
R&B
singer.
singer. They didn't push him into the pop lights. They made him be the R&B guy he wanted to be. So same thing with Skills. He was rapping generally. So I think what happened was just the general direction of Afrobeats. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
think happened. General direction of Afrobeats. Looking back at it now, I think they should have. Uh, Again, how possible is this at the time? I don't know, but I think Banky, step pulled his own career back after Wizkid dropped the Superstar album the next year to drop the EME All Star album and put everybody on the same stage, and everybody had the chance to shine. And I think they did shine. He shot the videos. He made sure the videos they were shooting, all of them featured in the videos. They shot about 6 or 7 videos off that compilation album. Shady was there,
Yeah.
Neola was there. Uh, I
Rotimi
shot
was there
videos.
now.
He shot video for the Neola single.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like he shot Shady was in the, he put everybody on this, and he A&R is one of best A&R albums, by the way. That compilation album, Empire State of Mind, one of
Yeah.
best A&R albums, to be honest. So did it change the direction? No. I actually think it did him a lot of help that Wizkid blew up because by association alone, people knew
Yeah.
of Skills. And
Yeah.
so when he did leave the label and started off dropped the Shake Body single and took off with his own career, he
Yeah.
already had the clout. He already had the name. They were already singing his praises in London, in the UK already, because everybody
Yeah.
knew Skills from the EME family. So I think it
Mm-hmm.
did him more good than other.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just feel like once Wiz dropped the first album, they should have. They did
You should have
actually
been
because I
next
was gonna.
first off.
Yeah, he was next, sort of, because they had to do the group album first. It's smarter that way to do the group album first. It is way smarter that way to do the group album, so everybody has an equal chance. I just feel like maybe there should have been one single that Wiz had given. Although I'm thinking about it now, they did do records together, so I'm not even going to say EME should have. I think they did a good job. Just so happens that not everybody go blue.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah. So that's do you have anything to say
No, you
about
said
that?
it, man. I remember there was an interview skills granted, and he said EME didn't force him to become a singer, that he just decided to do it that way. So yeah, it's just what you said. It's when it's your time, it's your time. At the end of the day, I don't think it wasn't just meant for him to blow under EME. And when he left, the first song he dropped was Shake Body, and he also dropped the collabo with Pato Rankin and what's his other name, and Runtown, and that blew also.
Yeah.
So it just shows that it was his time at that point.
Yeah. I believe he co-wrote Aye with Runtown for Davido, right?
I'm not sure. I know Runtown wrote it, but I don't know the second person. I can't remember the second person.
I think Skills co-wrote that record. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Oh yeah, he's also a very good writer.
Yeah.
Also a very good writer. Oh, so yes, we played Can't Stop Me, Banky W featuring Skills off the Banky's third album, The W Experience. Who can tell me quick trivia? There are two projects, and he said it on the first verse of this song that we just played, right? Hey, Steve, look at the screen directly because he's Googling already. Steve, don't look at that screen. Don't look at your second screen. Look at the other screen where your camera is facing. Yes, just directly. Thank you. You can turn on your microphone, by the way. No, he's already Googling. Steve, I can see the reflection on your face. Your camera, your microphone is off, so I can't hear anything you're saying.
I'm shifting the Zoom screen to the screen that you're talking about, so that I won't have to look at the other one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Raise your hands up.
No, wow.
Who's kind
That's the only way you can run a trivia.
This is not military.
You people know how to cheat. And you already started to influence Ayo the last time we did a trivia. So just leave your hands like that. Thank you. I know your mic is on, so you can't do any voice requests.
Oh, okay, voice search.
Good. There are two projects Banky W dropped. Three projects Banky W dropped before dropping the W Experience in 2009. Okay, he mentioned them on the first verse of this song that we just listened to. Can you please name the three projects?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
You don't know anyone before the W Experience, are you?
See, I recently saw this, but I've forgotten because I had to check something on Banky W, but I've forgotten the names. So
okay,
the Banky fan should be the one that will give us the answer.
Ah man, this is so disappointing.
Very, if you don't know all three. I'll give you a hint. There are two albums and one EP before he dropped the W Experience. I'll give you another
EP.
There's an ES, and if it's not popular, it's not popular at all. I'll give you another hint.
Wait.
Yes.
Wait, one of the album has his name, Banky W.
No. Nope. Are you ready to dance? Nope.
Oh, Strong Thing is not an album. That's a single. What's the title? Man, I'm sorry.
Strong Thing is a single off the W Experience.
It's a single of the
Yeah. Are you ready? Can I go ahead?
Please. Yeah.
All right. In 2003, he dropped his first EP called Undeniable.
I've forgotten that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then in 2006, he dropped his debut album, Back in the Building.
Okay.
I
remember seeing this.
Yeah. And then in 2008, he dropped his. This is when he came back to Nigeria and dropped Mr. Capable.
What are you capable of? Yeah.
So I'm surprised that I didn't even know Mr. Capable. What happened there?
I know I know the album. I can't just remember the
title.
The title.
Yeah. What's the title of this album?
The W Experience.
No. Oh yeah, the W Experience. Okay.
This is the one he put his body, mind, and soul into.
Yeah, it's true.
This is the one that had like maybe 6-7 singles.
Mm-hmm.
But my personal favorite is R&B W.
That's
everybody. That's
the one. Which one? Yeah, that one dropped. 01011.
That's the one that had good loving. That's the one that had 2013.
Oh, that's
2013.
That was the one he had to show everybody that he still got his. This is Whiskey that blown. right? Wizkid.
Yeah.
Then around the 2012, Wizkid wanted to exit EME. There was that whole thing. Oh, can
Yeah.
Banky do it alone? Blah blah blah. This was the statement album.
Yeah. That was actually the Big Boy album.
That was the album. That was the album.
Yeah, good loving.
Big
Yes,
album.
no, too many tracks. So, to me, it's a classic. It's a
Yep.
beautiful album. The features, well curated, everything. The record with links. My letter to my unborn
Unborn
child.
Child.
God.
Oh man.
Yeah. Good loving. The Two-Face feature. Too many
Eh?
things.
Banky.
Banky.
W.
W.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yes, and after we played two records from Niniola, first one is Sicker. It's a dope record produced by SARS. Niniola is such a beautiful artist. Personally, I feel like she should be bigger than who she is. You heard these records now, right?
Yes,
The way
now.
she
Yeah.
sings, the vocals, everything. I feel like the branding didn't match like the music. Because for me, this should be Mama Africa.
You know why she cannot be? And I think
Why?
it's a
Why
plus,
not?
but also a minus. She's the queen of Afrobeat erotica. Have you listened to her new single?
Yes. The thing is that what people heard now is that how many people across Africa, how many people understand Yoruba? Do
Yeah,
you
okay.
understand
I
what I'm
get
saying?
you.
Like
I get you.
even people that speak Yoruba don't even because the way she says it in a very she doesn't say it in an erotic way. What
She
she's
doesn't
saying
really
is
like
very
it.
erotic.
Yeah, she doesn't say
She
like the way
doesn't
Saint Janet to say it.
she doesn't also
delivers it with class.
sensualize it. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like because when I listen to Niniola, right, what I hear in my head or what I see is like futuristic African sound. That's what she does. Like this is electro, house, and dance, and then she just delivers. So it reminds me of them Brenda Fassie and Yvonne Chaka Chaka. To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
just in terms of like the immersion of the mashup of that sound and the vocals and the lyrics, everything. And I feel like if they had made her more graceful and not sexualized her in the videos, like if they had focused on dance, like this record we heard, like this Sika record we heard, I would like to just see a dance video, everybody dancing. And then
Yeah.
it becomes that African feel and sound. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, listen to go and watch Mr. Easy Patek, the video of Patek by Mr. Easy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mr. Easy got that video down to the T. That's what I feel like if you want to push African style to the global stage, that is what you should be doing. And I feel like Niniola should have, you know, carved her brand around that kind of style. It would have even made
Yeah.
her bigger. But nevertheless, man, she's a beautiful artist. After Sika, we listened to her another single from her called Magun. Huge record as well. Ayo, there's a lot of cultural context to the and just storylining to the word Magun and concept. Please, can you
Magun.
tell us the meaning of literal translation and meaning of Magun, and then
Magun.
describe and explain to us what the concept of Magun is?
Magun literally means do not climb. That is the literal definition of the word Magun in Yoruba. Do not climb. If you bring it into the context of what Ninola is singing and larger Yoruba culture, Magun is a traditional medicine that a husband places on his wife if he suspects that she's been cheating, stepping out of the house, having affairs, multiple affairs. So Magun is the medicine that the Babalawo will give the man to place on the woman. Normally, it's just you place it on the floor, and when the woman is walking, and when she walks over it, that means the Magun has been activated. That's spiritual Wi-Fi. You don't need the router. You lock one time. Now, what happens is that when she goes to meet her lover, there are different variations of the Magun. One is that when they're having sex, they'll be glued together and they will not be able to separate themselves until somebody comes to come and see them, and it becomes a big spectacle and a scandal. The second one is that while having sex and the woman has the Magun is already activated in the woman, the man will somersault 3 times. He will stop having sex with her and will somersault 3 times. The third time, he will die. By the third somersault, he will die. There's another one again that the man will crow like a cock or like a chicken 3 times. And by the third time, he will die. And the popular movie director, Tunde Kelani, did a movie about this where the man was about to crow for the third time and they held his throat so that he would. They had to physically almost strangle the guy. But yeah, Magun is a very potent charm. Some don't believe in it. I believe in it. There was an incident in Nogba a few years ago where a woman was having extramarital relations with her husband's friend, and both of them died in a car. And beside that road, Steve will know the road between NIJ and the police station in Ogba. That's where they found that dead bodies in the car. There was not anything like oxygen, carbon dioxide, poison, or anything. Two of them just died in the car, and it became a big scandal that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So much to unpack here. So when Ayo says traditional medicine, what he's basically meaning is what has been described in pop culture as jazz, or you can
Yes.
also describe it as voodoo, some sort of voodoo.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be clear. So it's not like traditional medicine, because
Oh, it's
traditional
not like
medicine is a
it's not
bit
like
different.
Traditional
herbal.
medicine is
Yeah.
okay.
It's not like
Okay.
herbal medicine. No, this is like
Yeah.
jazz. Yeah. So
Yeah.
voodoo, black magic,
Some
all that stuff.
spiritual stuff going on.
Yeah, black magic basically.
Yeah, some of our listeners don't believe in all of this, by the way.
God will open your eyes to the things that happen in real life.
No. I don't pray that God will open us. I
No,
pray they remain ignorant. That's just how I
But
see.
bro,
Yeah. Because
Steve,
if
the
you
day
open
the thing
your
go-
eyes to it, that means you are involved in a situation where you are experiencing it. And I don't
It's
pray
too
that for
sharp.
anybody.
Yeah, because
so
if you see that
I just
shit,
pray you
man,
remain
bro.
ignorant. That's just my own prayer.
True talk.
But
Spoken
my
like a
only
wise
problem
man.
is that why can't we just do something meaningful with all these because this thing is just like that's my thing is this is something like really, really deep and I don't understand. Like, why can't we just do something meaningful with it?
Even
Why
Harry
is it
Potter,
always
they did something meaningful with their own. But now only
you don't
Nigeria. Always us, every time.
That's it, man.
It is what it is. You guys should check out the Tunde Kilani movie. It's
It's
called
free on YouTube.
Thunderbolts Magun. It's a 2001 drama. Yeah, you should check it out. Directed and produced by Tunde Kilani.
2001. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That far. Yeah.
You know, I once
Yeah.
went to Tunde Kilani's office and bought the whole mainframe movies.
Bro, do you know
What?
I lived?
I'm
do you
telling
know
you,
that?
all 13 or 14 of them at the time. I just went. I said, I want to buy everything, please. Where can I buy it? I think it was around in the office that day, and they had like the DVD packs, and I just bought
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, so this was pretty recent. Let me bust your brain.
No. This was like maybe 11 years ago.
Okay, let me bust your brain. For like 10, 12, 13 years, we lived on the same street with Tunde Kelani. So Tunde
No
Kelani's
way.
house and office was like five houses away from us. So all the popular actors that were acting in this movie, we used to see them walking on the streets, going to his office. Now, may I bust your brain further? Directly opposite his house, was Wale Adenuga's
What?
house. Wale Adenuga of Papa Jasco. Yeah. Directly.
Wale Adenuga Pictures. Wow.
Yes. WAP. Before they even had PFT. This was the era of Binta My Daughter. Binta My Daughter's TV series.
And
Yeah.
Papa Jasco.
Yeah, and Papa Jasco.
The first iteration of Papa Jasco.
Yeah. Small trivia, cinema trivia. The Papa Jasco movie that came out in the 80s, the director of photography was actually Tunde Kelani.
Wow.
The cinematography was Tunde Kelani, yeah.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah, man.
You know one thing, Binta was so big. Binta was very big with the comics, right? I feel like they didn't achieve that with the series, and they didn't do like a feature-length movie, and that's why Binta didn't cross over into like pop culture like Papa Jasco did.
The series only had.
Sure, Binta was really.
He only had
popular.
one season, no? Yeah, but he only had one season.
He only had one season. It's true.
That's why they have Madame Gagu now.
Yeah.
I remember.
Then
So it was the comics I read, because he had the Binta comics. It was the comics I read in the newspaper that made me really understand the story. Then I watched the first season, that period, but it just went off the screen.
Do you guys remember any project that Tunde Kelani did with Sans Sultan?
Osagie, I mean, Steve, what's this now?
Yeah, that's what brought him to. I remember him coming to Asaba to a radio station, and that's where I first saw him. Like,
Tunde Kelani.
but we didn't meet. Yes, we saw.
Okay.
Like I saw him coming to the radio station for an
Small
interview.
trivia.
That was when he was promoting that project.
Campus Queen.
Campus Queen. Thank you, Campus Queen.
The video of the soundtrack. Both there are two soundtracks that have videos, but the one with Face, LD, and Sans Sultan. Do you know when the call was in that video as a choreographer?
Yeah, he was one of the dancers.
He was a choreographer. He was a choreographer and the dancer in the film itself. You
Yes.
actually watched the film. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. And thankfully, they produced a soundtrack album, and the
Yes,
lead
now.
the leader of the soundtrack album is Campus Queen, Sound Sultan featuring LD and
You
FaZe.
too said, Tomo.
No,
The
we're going
guy
to play
get
the record
musical.
now since we got there, and it's one
He,
of my best performances from
no,
FaZe ever.
I think that's where he really came out as his own. Like, oh, I'm a solo. I can do this solo dolo on my own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful song. All right, we'll play Campus Queen, and when we come back, we are going to talk about the state of education in Nigeria. What is loose
Yeah.
talk without some problems in Nigeria? All right, we'll be back, guys.
FaZe, Sultan, LD.
Almost see him. Baby, anytime I see your face, my blood go just a boil. My heart go dey skip like CD wey spoil. She too sad, no be for lie. While I tell lie, my guy, if she say hi, I fit spy. She be the only girl I want boys, they look for campus, they look for road. We no care if not to jam us. My guy, I lose focus, fashion my own course. Enter a faculty, they pursue around the campus. Even if na cheese, you go say, babe, my girl, I beg, it go make my day. Since first semester, I dey process to processor, but leave her, they fail me anytime I want address her. Even if I call, she no go answer. Nothing way I never do to try impress her. If built in a crime, police go quick arrest her. The girl said to cheat, campus queen, who won't contest her?
Fine pass all the ladies I just see every day, see every day. You too said no more, she creating on the seventh day. My everything, the only one for me. Careless queen, his worry. He's gonna be your king.
They say I'm cute like that, no doubt. That's why I keep young girls that come across me not knowing how to react with you. It's a different case, cause you're the girl of my dreams, the type of woman that I couldn't replace. I wish that you could imagine how you're making me feel. I got your love wrapped around me, girl, I'm head over heels. The most beautiful of women I've seen. The air that I breathe, my one and only, my campus queen.
Campus queen, everything you do defines reality. All the girls I see, yeah. You're my campus queen, oh, hey. If you'll be my queen, I'll be your king. Girl, take my ring, now we'll put ting-a-ling. All around the campus, our love will come plus. No one feet try us, girl, I'll be gone. You're my campus queen. Are you fine? All the ladies I just see every day. You too sad no more. She creating on the seventh day. You became the queen, my everything, the only one for me. Campus queen, his worry. Please can I be your king? Campus queen, everything you do defines reality. Campus queen, gonna be polar, you said pass. All the girls I see, now you find pass. All the ladies I just see every day. You too sad no more, she creating on the seventh day. You became the queen, my everything, the only one for me.
That was Campus Queen by Sound Sultan featuring LD The Don, who produced the record, by the way, and FaZe, one of FaZe's best vocal performances. As a matter of fact, this performance earned him a lot of stripes back
It
then.
did. Yeah.
All right, man. It's the 2000, the soundtrack of the 2004 Nollywood musical, The Campus Queen, directed by Tunde Kelani, premiered at the African Film Festival in New York back then. And I remember that movie was a fun movie. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
It was about
I recently
dance,
watched it.
activism. You did?
Yeah. Yeah. So is that, like you said, it's about activism on campus, trying to get rid of cultism and other structures that were not aiding education on campus. So yeah, actually a very thoughtful movie by Tunde Kelani, one of the greats of Nigerian
Yeah,
film.
that's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it back then. Where did you watch it? You watched it on
It's
YouTube?
on YouTube. Yeah, I believe it's free on YouTube.
I need
I
to
think
watch it.
most of Tunde Kelani's movies now are free on YouTube to watch.
I need to check it out again. It's been a while since I watched it. It's been over a decade plus. Can't remember. About 2004. Yeah, whew, long time. Ah, man, where were you guys in 2004?
The Unilag campus, diploma mass communication.
Oh.
Steve, what about you?
In the state of confusion. No, I was just joking.
State of
That's a
limbo.
good one. That's a good one.
I just finished secondary school, so I was like really. That was the year I read the most in my life because I was just I wrote JAMB in 2004. There was a home waiting for the result, and I was reading a lot of novels. Like I went back to what I missed out, like some of the things I missed. I remember 2004 was when I read the Chronicles of Nadia, right? Because I remember missing out of. I remember like I didn't read this book. I knew about it because my school, like my mates in school, used to talk about it. But I just, when you have an idea of something, but you keep skipping it, like then I remember going to the library to take the book. Then I used to go to the library every morning also to read the newspaper first, then come back home. Like when I take my younger siblings to school, then I'll go to the library, take up some read through newspapers, then come back home and start reading novels and start watching TV. That was when I was like TV, movies and stuff like that. Yeah, it was really interesting.
This is the most surprising thing Steve has ever said since I've known Steve.
Go for it.
If somebody told me that Steve has read Chronicles of Narnia, I would have said, nah.
What?
What? You know what Chronicles of Narnia is? Bro, that's English literature.
But it's not what they adapted into the book, into the movie.
Yeah, so that story, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, is just a story in the book itself.
In the
there
book.
are like 7 or 8 books in it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you read the book, you understand how Narnia came into existence. Is that professor, when the professor was a young kid, he did something and he just,
Interesting.
That's a great book to read.
And the movie came out almost the same time too now. Like almost that same year I was talking about.
The Hollywood
2004, right?
Yeah, the Hollywood version. But funny enough, while I was in primary school, remember when satellites just came into Nigeria?
Yeah.
So
free to air.
Yeah, free to air. UK Gold just did like a series, the original series. You can see some of it on YouTube. The original UK version.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, the British make the best series on TV, by the
way.
Yeah, bro.
It's not even a conversation.
It's not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation.
I'm watching Gangs of London now, and it's good. I'm in 3rd season. It's actually good.
Yeah,
writing can be a bit iffy, but it's good.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, it excites me. The success of like British actors and British film excites me because they go through a process, and I like that thing in life. Like we're going through like an established process. It works.
Yes.
There's a reason why it's established. So from film school to theater, then before you go into like film and movies,
you can't skip the academia in it.
You can't.
Bro, they'll take your ass back. You will go back to the theater. They will drag you back. Yeah.
All right, man. Let's talk about the state of education in Nigeria. Over 75% of the students who took the JAMB. What's the full meaning of JAMB again?
Joint
guys?
Admission Matriculation
Board. Yeah, the JAMB exam, over 75 scored below 200 in the recently released conducted exams. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago when we read about students having to be at the hall as early as 6:30, starting the
Yeah.
Yeah,
exams at 6:30. Okay, yeah, so
yeah.
the results are out now. Over 75 scored below 200. About 1.94 million candidates sat for the exams this year. Only 0.63%, that is 12,421 students, scored 300 and above. The JAMB registrar, Ishak Oloyede, says the UTME results are consistent with the trend of about a decade.
Decade.
Um, I mean, what do we say? These are shocking numbers, but should we be surprised? That's the question.
No. No.
If you, as a society, fail to plan for the future, and the best way to plan for the future is education of young people. If you fail to do that, you should not be surprised when the results start coming. I don't know why people are shocked. Like, do they expect that, oh, because we put Goya oil on our child before going to the exam, you will get 400 over 400 or 380 over 400? It's not
Yeah.
possible now. It's not
It's
possible.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. Just to correct a few things here, from what I initially read, the name of the exam is the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam, UTME.
UME.
The
UTME. Yeah.
yeah, the name of the board that puts it together is the Joint
This is
Admissions and
gentleman.
Matriculation
Yeah.
Okay.
Board,
Okay. Okay.
but
Makes
everybody
sense.
just says JAMB.
We just saw
Yeah.
the jam.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's.
We don't do
colloquially, everybody
jump.
just says
Yeah.
JAMB.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, for those who don't know, the UTME is an annual entrance examination for candidates seeking admission into Nigerian universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, right? But I
Yeah.
know that for admissions into polytechnics, there's something called the PolyJam, you write, right?
Yes. They also have a
Yes.
separate exam for that. I'm
Yeah,
very, very
polyjam.
sure. Yes.
Yeah.
Polyjam. They call it
See,
polyjam.
let me tell you, when it comes to school, I wrote all these exams.
For
I
real.
mean,
I wrote
I won't deny
everything.
that.
I wrote
Yeah.
JAM like maybe 4 or 5 times. I wrote JAM like four
I did it
times.
once. I said
Yeah.
I can't do this shit again. I did it once. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you
I
went
wrote
through
JAM, I
diploma.
wrote
Yeah.
Yes.
PolyJam, I wrote NECO, I wrote GC, I wrote NECO GC, I wrote NECO JAM. There's
So
nothing
I
I didn't
did.
write.
So I did NECO, I did GC, I did WAEC,
Yeah.
and I did JAM. I did the 4. That's all I did. I just did 4.
I just remembered
Mm.
one. I had one paper. I think I had written so many exams. That NECO GC, I was playing game at my friend's place, and I had one paper. I was just like, I'm just gonna play game. I'm not going for any exam. I'm
I remember
freaking
my
irritated.
agric practical or agric theory or something like that in GC. I got to the venue, I was like, bro, I'm not doing this shit. I went back home. I beg.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I got all
Wow.
my credits in GC.
Oh, the ones you needed, right?
Yeah, but I didn't use it. It's why I can see used at the end of the day.
So this poor performance trend, what can we attribute it to?
I don't know. You want me to start?
Osage, one
Yeah,
word
let's
for you.
discuss it.
See,
I have one word
obviously,
for
like
you.
in Nigeria right now, yeah. Why you go first? If it's
What's
The
the
one
one
one word?
word is Nigeria. That's all. There's no
Yeah.
explanation. It's Nigeria.
We can attribute so many things to it, like the poor state of the teachers, whatever it is, like like the poverty rate right now, the economic decline, which are also very, very correct. But there's also a powerful, how do I put it, like a huge social cultural shift that is deeply affecting education, which is that young people have lost faith in the value of education.
Yeah.
Simple. Like I used to give you guys, I always give you guys this gist of when I went home one time to Agbo. Then I visited my friend who is a teacher in Agbo, right? And I called him. He said he was in school. So this is around like 11 a.m. ish. So I drove to the school, went to his classroom, and he was just there sitting. Then we just started talking. Then we went out. Then I was just now, are you going back to school? He said, bro, there's nobody in class. He said only 4 people came today, and they don't like because he teaches like senior secondary school, like chemistry, and I think it's chemistry, right? I think math. I can't remember, but it's something sciences. That young like people don't come to school. That today only 4 people came to school, but he does like in his timetable. There's no he doesn't like have to teach them that day. Do you get that people don't come to school anymore? That if you talk to them, they will tell you that they want to go and buy G wagon. That is this school that is going to give them G wagon. Do you get? These are like kids thinking that way. So obviously they've lost the belief. Growing up, we saw education as a
Yeah.
a path to like respectability, right? Like people respect you, upward mobility. Let me put it that way. It was like a guaranteed path to having a
A good
job and
future.
having like a good future. Let me put it that way. But now young people don't see it that way, and it's because of that's things happened when things happened that led to this. The unemployment graduate rates, like when people graduate from school, finish NYC, they don't get jobs, and the how slow it is in the process. But what has happened right now is a lot more people are now more visible to young people, internet criminals, social media creators, like in short,
Money
like the
launderers.
rise of thank you, the rise of non-academic wealth has
Yeah.
really eroded like the
Dubious wealth
system.
also. People with dubious wealth.
Dubious, obviously,
Yeah.
because that's why yeah, obviously. So that's just it. Is a social cultural problem that we have to deal with. And I don't know where to start because we're not deliberate enough in Nigeria. We can all talk about the quality of the teaching, the quality of education, whatever it
Funding.
is, it's funding, whatever it is. We agree. There's also a problem with that. But the first step is to even make these people go to the classroom to learn. They don't even want to accept it at all because everything they get, everything they see from their influences, from social media influencers, to even the influencers on TV, to what they see on the daily in their lives daily in reality, nothing points them to education being a value. Nothing. So that's where we should start from, in my own opinion.
Yeah.
School and
And
scam, remember?
yeah, school
Like
and
it's not
scam.
a popular term on the streets.
I was telling Ugochi last week that in my area, if you go to any lounge in my area or any joints, and you see 4 or 5 YNs, young niggas, they're talking
Yeah.
about Yahoo.
Yeah.
They are never talking about JAMB or going to school or anything.
Bro,
It's
you
about
remember how this thing used
where
to
we
eat
dey
up our
lodge.
conversations when we were growing up? Like
Bro.
WAEC, JAMB,
Past
these
question.
issues.
You guys say,
Past
bro,
question.
you get past question. Which past question do you get?
Bro,
Now, bro,
that's
all I'm
his
hearing
out
is
of. Yeah.
all I'm hearing is CL, where would they lodge tonight? Where you they bring that babe come? Also in my area, every hotel, because my area is just like, okay, lower middle class. So the hotels there at night,
Yes.
you see
Yeah.
girls in front of there, in those hotels, ready to sell their bodies. And these are girls that should be in universities.
Yeah.
So that is why you've seen the rise of internet fraud among boys, young men, and the OS business among young women. If we are having somebody who has 500K followers interviewing OS girls on social media, and they're bragging that I have this, I have that, the young girls are at home that their parents are looking at and saying, "Omo, you two should do what your friend is doing now." We'll think,
You're
"Omo,
never
this
convincing them to go and
Yes.
spend 4 years in
You
school.
now want me-
Never.
See, the best song you should listen to is what's this guy's name? Bella Shmurda's Vision 2020. Bella Shmurda said it that when he said, look at your mates, look at Chinedu don't buy a car. You see the Lasso, and Lasso go to strike. You don't have the money.
Damn.
If you listen to that song, this is what young people go through in this country. You can't now come and tell them that education is the key. Which key? Key to where? Key to where? And I agree that social media influencers are in it. In America, there's always a counterbalance. So for every social media influencer you have somebody who's very smart, like an MKBHD, who's counterbalancing the narrative.
Yes.
So it's giving you a multiple option as a young man. Okay, maybe I'll just go into I'll just be like Mr. Beast, right?
Thank you.
Or
Go
I can
into
just be like an
content creation,
MKBHD. But when I don't want to mention names, but when you hear that they're giving somebody 8 figures to stream so and so on his channel, and this person can hardly speak English or chooses not to speak English, you're not like, fuck you, why should I go to class and be learning Shakespeare or Wole Soyinka? At the end of the day, when I can get on my phone, buy data, and just start saying crap. At the end of the day.
All
So
the
it gives
cultural
you-
influences that young people get now, nothing points to education as a path to anything.
I want to take it a step before the cultural influences, which I'm not diminishing because I think there's a big effect of the cultural influences and the people driving the culture and what they preach and practice in front of these people. Remember, these guys are also recording and distributing their lifestyle in real time on social media, right?
Yes.
But I even want to take it away from those who don't even have access to social media. Let's leave Lagos. Let's leave some of these places where data.
Yeah, the urban
Right?
centers, yeah.
People choose between buying food or buying data. I
Mm.
want to take it to those places where they switch on their data for maybe 20 minutes in 24 hours and then switch it off, and they have their whole recap and then go off because they can't afford. Some people use 1 gig in 1 week.
Okay.
You understand? I want to take it away from that point. I want to take it to two things. One is the basic education in Nigeria. How available is it? And how much quality does it have for people to just go learn properly, right? Every day. That is also missing. Because when we start with what the conversation you guys have started with, it makes it look like we have a social engineering problem, which is, oh, the schools are there, but people don't just want to go to the schools. Because when you graduate, there's also no jobs. Do you understand? The first layer there is there are no good schools for Nigerians to attend. Let's start there.
And when we say Nigerians, we don't mean also, we mean like in the, like Osagie is saying, in the hinterland,
like rural Nigeria,
where you have to walk 2 miles
where
to
you
your
have
closest school.
He's no more rural now. I'm telling you, before it used to be rural. We used to say, oh, you know, in up
prehistoric.
Like up north. No, I'm saying right now, if you stay in Surulere, bro, my guy, Dami used to stay in Surulere. I used to go to his house. He had a school at the street now. What are we saying now? Steve, we play
football every Saturday. We play football
in the school compound. We play in the school. You can see how bad that is in the solo. I solo like a solo. So don't let's say one, you know, don't let's do this thing where we say, oh, one place is
outside Lagos or rural
yeah.
Nigeria. It's true.
This is city.
Yep.
Beggar city.
Right? We don't have the proper schools that offer free education to young people. So we have quality education. We have a fundamental problem, first of all, before we even start saying, oh, the people they look up to. That's the first problem.
Because to Osagie's point, there's a way where these kids go through find fantastic basic education. They can be able to discern the kind of influences they take on later in their lives. So your point, Osags,
is when they have proper school, you can even say we're going to force all these people to school, whether it's by flogging them or by whatever. You must go to school. But the school you're forcing them to go to, there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
That's the
sitting on the floor.
Or bringing your desk.
Education is not, or bringing your desk. The education is not even good, like in terms of is mediocre. Then there's so many like problems internally, like with the education that we're offering, like basic education that we're offering to people in Nigeria.
It's not free.
It's not,
Do you understand?
You know?
Schools for primary schools and secondary school are still not free in Nigeria. In an oil producing nation, education on the basic level is still not free.
There was, but they cancelled it. These bastards cancelled it.
Yeah, that's a problem. So there's that. Also, I want to talk about another thing that we are not taking into consideration. And we're not taking it into consideration because we can't see, we will start to see the physical effects of it, but the psychological effects of it, nutrition, guys.
Now.
No, I'm serious. Some of these people, these kids, children that we're sending to primary school and secondary to learn, they do not have the cognitive ability to learn because they are malnourished.
Yeah. True that.
Let's keep it a buck. I saw this tweet from someone saying the malnutrition crisis about to hit Nigeria will be unprecedented. Protein sources like eggs, fish, and milk are practically unaffordable right now. By 2031, a lot of kids will be struggling with impaired development. You don't want to imagine what this looks like.
Are you sure it has not started?
Yeah, of course it has started. We've seen the reports now. You read that? Was it Wall Street Journal or New York Times article of what is going on in Kano, where people can't afford milk anymore, so they are taking dried bones of animals. Right. They're trying it. They're grinding it because it's calcium, right? And then they are converting it back into like powdery form, and then they are substituting it for milk.
Our president said we are turning the corner, that the nation is on the right track. So
people are using tiger nuts as milk substitute. Do you understand? So like what this guy said, by 2031, you're going to have full-blown adult 15, 16-year-olds that cannot decipher anything.
Physically, mentally, they're not optimal. Yeah.
Yes. So impaired development physically and mentally.
Physically and mentally, yeah.
Have you seen an average American 15-year-old, black American 15-year-old?
Huge.
Bro, the build alone.
Yeah.
Farm, you go wrong. Like, waiting be okay. It's not even far. Look at the Greek giant, the Greek freak himself.
Yeah.
Look at his senior brother. Look at the firstborn. And look at the other one.
Look at the one if forgive it.
There's a popular picture, if you guys haven't seen it, it's a popular picture of Giannis, the basketballer, right? You know, he's Nigerian, then went to Greece, then from Greece, so he's Greek, you know. And then from Greece, he went to the US with his brothers. There are 5 boys, right? There's a picture of all 5 boys. There are 4 very tall guys, then there's 1 short guy, right?
The one they left in Nigeria.
And that's the eldest brother who they left back in Nigeria when the family traveled.
Yeah.
It's a clear example of how malnutrition works.
Yeah.
It's a clear example. You guys should Google the photo. It's there. Just say Giannis and his brothers. You see all the pictures. I think there are 5 in their family.
I'm sorry.
Someone also quoted this tweet and said, went to ShopRite recently and noticed that there are no full cream powdered milk. What was available was filled milk, which is often some milk, fat mixed with some form of vegetable oil to give it volume. This is likely because ShopRite notices people cannot afford like actual cream powdered milk.
Yeah,
do you see what is going on?
Anyone has wrote a story about this, that a lot of the milk sold in Nigeria is not actually like real powdered milk, like it's a substitute or like a downgrade of the original one. Yeah.
So we are going to produce kids.
Oh, we are producing. We are producing.
Who have capacity to even learn because of the way, yeah.
And that's because this, see, you can count it from 2015 to now, right? You have kids who were what? If you had a 9 or 8 year old in 2015, the kid is about what, 22 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the kid has had 10 years of impaired development.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well,
I don't
are
know.
you surprised? Are you surprised? Because if we have, and I hate to take you back to this group of bastards, if you have a ruling class or a political class that don't even know, most of them they don't even know, they didn't pass WAEC. They don't have original WAEC certificates. They can't value education or all these things you're talking about. It's what you have that you give now. But if you don't have it, you can't give it. You don't know the importance at the end of the day. So this is what it is.
And you know, I spoke earlier about like, you know, how young people don't see education as a path to wealth, which is also like really important. But an educated society, an educated like generation, like has so much to offer to us as a country, from, you know, democracy, civil engagement, being ready for a workforce, for innovation, for technology, for even something as simple as law and order.
Basic law and order.
Basic law and order. Education is important.
That does not require policing.
That's
or law
right.
enforcement
Thank you.
in close
That
proximity.
does not require someone. Does not require you to have the fear of Kai, the kick against discipline guys, before you use the overhead bridge. Like something as basic as that.
Or you not just train refuse on the road.
Or just even like there's so many benefits. So if we're now lacking in these things, look at how disorganized and chaotic we are right now as a country. Imagine what we're going to be again in the next 15 to 20 years, because people are even less educated.
Anarchy.
It's anarchy.
God, this guy.
You know, it's anarchy. Do you understand?
Meanwhile,
because I'm trying to explain to you. People, see, let me explain. People will not be able to read signs.
It's simple.
Yes, no.
It's like something as basic as signs.
Bro, people can't still read sign. People now don't even read sign.
Do you know how many times you've been at the ATM and you have to show someone how to operate an ATM?
Osagie, I can only shoot somebody for that thing. You see people well dressed. Like, okay, this is a responsible adult. He has kids, and for the next 5 minutes, they are staring at the ATM. Oh God, just put your pin and collect the money.
The person does not understand how to operate it. So I don't feel bad towards them.
To help them write their figures in words in the bank, like something as basic as like 500.
Not to be shady or anything. Not to be below the belt. We saw a governor struggling with words. Maybe lack
milk. Whole government, you know, it's
maybe lack milk.
Hey man.
Man.
So Steve said something. Was it Ayo just now? No, I think it was Ayo. You just mentioned how like lawmakers, people in power do not value these things. It's because their like academic qualifications didn't get them into those positions.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
So you won't value it when you're there. You won't say, hey, my constituents, we need to build XYZ schools, or we need to improve education in this place because this is what can get you to where I am today.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if that didn't get you, your education or academic qualification didn't get you to that very position,
You
and
won't.
what got
Yeah.
you,
You don't.
you won't value it.
True. I absolutely agree. Like many of the high-profile people we have right now, they didn't get rich through, like they don't consider themselves like that. They got rich through education. It's true, like connections, politics, or even crime.
Business. Let's
Yeah,
do
they'll
it
tell you
in quotes.
business. Yeah,
Business.
I mean,
They
so they
keep
will not
saying
tell
it
you. Yeah.
business.
That's
Oh,
why
I'm
it's
a
hard for them
business.
to document the principles of the success. That's why we don't have books.
Yes,
You don't
no.
understand? Yeah, we
Richest
don't
No.
have
black
books.
man in Nigeria does not have a biography.
Yeah. So
Osagie,
it's
the richest black
that's a
man.
debate.
At one time, Nigeria had the richest black man in the world and the richest black woman in the world.
No
No.
books.
No blueprint on how I made.
The woman was notoriously known for giving interviews that yes, she still kneels down and cooks for her husband.
Maybe that's a secret. You don't know. It could be
Bro,
the
I
secret.
should just say, what kind of low quality billionaire is this?
It could be the
Oh
secret, bro.
man. Yeah, so
There's
it is what it
a-
is.
Also, I'm seeing, I don't know if you guys follow this guy called Alex Onya. He's the CEO of Educare, right? He
Yes.
is everything education in Nigeria kind of follows up on it and everything, right?
Yeah.
There are stories now going
Let
around
me even
that.
follow him right now.
Yeah, there are stories now going around that people have to now start requesting for their JAM scoring sheet because some of the results might have been mixed up. Let's just use the phrase mixed up in this
Yeah.
context. But things are going around. There's a video, it's too long, so I'm not going to play it. But again, there are similar cases where students who wrote JAM need to now access their mark sheets, right? Then I saw a story this morning saying that he's set to lead a class action suit against JAM, demanding full disclosure of the UTME marking sheet and student scoring details.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is now.
Yeah.
Because again, with just like every other thing, we don't know if people have mixed up
There's
the
also
scoring.
there's no trust in the institution in themselves also, which is also is like a contributing factor to where we are in education. You know, because who's even marking? What's the marking script? Who's even like marking these scripts? Like, is there any transparency into how they do it? You know,
At this point, right, in 2025, I feel like a large language model should be marking these scripts.
simple, easy.
Do you understand?
With just like human supervision. That's it.
With human supervision, scan,
Yeah.
upload, mark, distribute the score, move on. It's that
That's it.
simple.
Is that simple?
You know. So he posted a story here. It says Ophelia Onyekachi Emmanuel scored 314 in last year's JAM and this year scored 167 after studying way harder because he wants to study medicine. Will his dream be over because of inefficiency of JAM's poor system? He needs to see his mark sheets. This is the case of 348 and 3,487 students that have raised concerns so far. So there's also a credibility problem with the board. So I don't know. Tundele says the accountable thing to do is to get an independent audit done on this year's JAM results. Too many complaints and causes for concern, but the chances that they will subject themselves or be subjected to such standards are next to zero.
Yeah, very, very.
So there are too many. Someone like aced their mock exam, and then at the exams itself.
There's even an
different score.
example of somebody who also passed, like who aced the American version of something that is equivalent to JAM in America, and he got 137 in JAM or something. Like, it's honestly, like, you can't even explain that. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense, you know.
There's
And
another lady
there's a
here.
level of preparedness that you have, and even intellectual that you have, that even anything that's associated with 100, like in JAM, is not impossible for you.
It's
impossible.
not possible.
No. Yeah, it's not possible. No.
There's another lady here. He says she's threatening to take her life. She only prepared for a month to score 234 last year. This year she put in all efforts, and JAM gave her 171. A lot of youngsters are thinking suicidal. My DMs are full with many people. Like, bruv. And I know how kids take these things when we were young. When you're done with secondary school, the JAM exam, the UTME exam is like, it's like, that is it.
It's the boogie monster.
It's the only thing you think about.
That's one
And
of the
there's
most
so
critical
much
period
pressure.
in our lives. Yes, there's so
There's
much
so much
pressure
pressure.
because also growing up in the settings that I grew up with, you see your mates traveling and leaving for school. Do you get this one don't get admission, or this one has gotten admission, this one is resuming school this January, this one is resuming school. So you're just alone at home, and your parents are just looking at you like, bro, what's happening, son? When are you going to leave this house?
There's a
So
lot of
yeah,
pressure. A lot of
there
pressure.
is. Yeah.
You know. So I don't know what is going to happen, but we'll keep our nose on it, or our eyes on it. Um, did you guys see what the Bauchi state governor said recently? He
Yeah,
said
about
Western education is formality, cannot determine what you ought to be. That's what the Bauchi state. So, Ayo, again, what you said, absolutely right. Absolutely right. These people do not value education. The Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has stirred controversy after declaring that Western education is merely formality, stating that formal schooling is not a requirement for success in life. The governor made the statement during a public address to farmers and artisans in Bauchi, urging young people to adopt discipline and avoid self-destructive habits. He says, try to be focused and turn a new leaf. Stop drinking and stop taking what will destroy your brain. All right? Okay, fine. Fair enough. The problem here is then it says, take care of your behavior. Western education is formality, but if you have Quranic education, you have knowledge of what it takes, and you've helped yourself in knowing what you want, especially in farming. That is education. The problem here is to understand what farming is, you need proper education. Like,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? There's no skill you want to acquire now, right? How are you going to operate an equipment in the farm field if you are not properly educated? If you do not understand that red means stop and green, the green button most likely means start.
and this is why like a country, like a society or a country is left behind, because right now there's so many like new innovations to aid like agriculture, to aid farming, which you require education to learn.
Yeah.
Do you get? How do you now stay on trend and stay updated with all the trends in like farming, subsistence, sustainability, whatever it is in
How do
farming?
you run
If
your
you are not
business farm?
educated, how do you
How do
run
you
even the
run the
business,
business?
run the books, the accounting, the finances,
How do
hiring
you
people and stuff?
interpret the
Yeah,
weather? How do you
Inventory.
run a business to say, okay, I have planted X number of corn. If I sell X, how do I get my profit after investing in X? Basic
yeah,
in and out, P&L. How do you
yeah.
understand it? I can't take this guy
It-
seriously. You know what he says? He said,
But
this perfectly captures like the hypocrisy of like our political elites.
yeah.
Do you get like what? It's what's a very like what's a cruel irony this is. While we later discovered like it was later trending on social media of how his
His
own daughter
daughter
is a
is well
medical
in it.
doctor,
Yeah.
well in it, and I'll tell you now, he goes to all his kids will be well in it.
Yeah.
Undermining like education for the masses, but empowering it for your own children.
But see, that's how
Don't
you
you see how
manipulate people.
wicked that is and cruel
That's how
that
you
is?
manipulate people now.
Yeah,
in
and that's why
Thousands
they
of
keep
knowledge.
2021,
that's how they keep weaponizing ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand me? They will weaponize ignorance, also widen the class divide
Yeah.
because without education, these people are getting poorer, you are getting richer, and you're in a
Yeah.
position to always manipulate them.
Yeah.
in 2021, his daughter graduated as a doctor.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Let me just read
yeah.
one more ridiculous thing this guy said. He said, any rich person you see today started from driving. From the onset, it is a job that brings prosperity. All the rich people you see today started as drivers of trailers. Don't overlook self-trading jobs. I don't know anyone who got rich from car washing, but drivers did.
Elite gaslighting. You
I can
never
bet
see
you.
anything.
I can
Nigerian
bet you this guy has
politicians.
not
Hey,
done
God.
This is
one
what
thing.
Sahara reporters could pick up. Oh.
Yes,
Eh?
so
This was
exactly.
Sahara
That's
reporters because somebody was there who just listened to what the hell this man was saying and just wrote it down and said, no, I have to report this. Imagine
yeah.
the nonsense these guys are saying on a daily.
People, I think another problem people have with this whole like topic is what the concept of education, what they understand by education. They think it's just like going to class, getting a piece of paper which is a certificate, and that's it.
No, actually, it's not.
Education, that is access to knowledge. Like knowledge, it opens your mind to what's next. What do I do? How do I become how do I become optimal, remain optimal? Sciences, engineering, healthcare, economics, governance, agriculture, whatever it is. People need knowledge. And the best way to offer knowledge is through education. It's simple, it's proven, it's established already. There's nothing you're going to tell anybody.
I have a question. It's not for us here. So any Muslim that is listening, I'd like you to give me the answer to this. What type of strain of Islam does Nigeria practice that allows a small group of people to educationally disenfranchise a number of people? What I mean is, go to UAE, look at all these prosperous Muslim nations. Education there is important. Obviously, we can say that. And we've seen the progress of their society. What strain of Islam is Nigeria practicing that encourages underdevelopment and corruption and oppression by an elite? I just want to know. I want to know. Because I look outside, I see the Islam in Saudi Arabia, even though they're opening up their ways now. But you see, it's a progressive society. It's a functional society. Dubai is the crown jewel of the Middle East. The other places there. But in Nigeria, it seems our own Islam is backward. I don't know why. Is it a particular strain, or is it that Nigerians are just evil people? That Nigerian leaders are just evil. So they will even taint religion. They will bend religion to so that it can answer to their own narrative. It can fulfill their own agenda.
Yeah,
I think that is what is happening. I think it has nothing to do with Islam, but I think
religion,
they
exactly.
play in that space because what the North is facing in terms of poor education, the South, and every other part of Nigeria is facing it. It's just heightened in the North, and it's way worse in the North, right?
It's way worse also, because of some circumstances.
Look at former Abia governor Ipeazu. What did he do as regards education in the state? He didn't do anything as well. You understand? Like it literally didn't do anything. And you can count other states where you look at the state of education and it's just as bad as it is in the North. Yeah. But I think the North gets a bad rap, especially with Boko Haram. Do you understand?
Yes. That's literally the meaning.
Yeah. Which it is haram to
Western education. Basically means Western education.
I also think too that the Northerners have like really suffered from the construction that is Nigeria. Because one of the problems they have with Western education is how it's offered.
Yes.
Which was the British way. If Nigeria was not constructed the way it was, they would have been able to get education in terms like in their own Islamic way, but it's also education.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
It does not need to be delivered in English.
In English or whatever. It doesn't need to be delivered in English or
there
the
are kids here
Orthodox British way.
Studying education here in Dutch first.
Yes.
Where I stay, not English. They don't teach, like English is a second language.
Yeah.
Obviously, definitely.
So these countries that you are mentioning, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, Egypt, they have like long histories of combining. There's a way they combine like the Western and Islamic education to empower their people. We don't have that.
We don't have leaders that want to empower people.
Exactly, because they refused the Orthodox British way because it's not their way, and understandably so. Do you get? But they're also suffering from the construction that is Nigeria because it was just constructed haphazardly and
dumped on you
and dumped on us.
So there's that. Also, another story trending is Nigeria scraps scholarships for students abroad, but continues to sponsor religious pilgrims. This is crazy. So, no, this is crazy. The website TRT Global is reporting this, that Nigeria is ending a major scholarship program for university students abroad, citing improvement of higher education at home. This is hilarious.
What has improved at home more than religion in Nigeria? We have the best churches, we have the best pastors, the best clergymen. In short, religious pilgrimage is the first thing that you ban if something is getting better at home.
Do you understand? Because it's actually better at home.
Yes, anyways, it is.
Let me read this story. This is crazy. Nigeria is ending a major scholarship program for university students abroad, citing the improvement of higher education at home, as well as the country's limited public funds. This guy sounds like Ineos. honestly. The move comes as Nigeria faces an economic crisis following reforms by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Every course Nigerians travel abroad to study through the BEA is now available and often of higher quality within our own universities and polytechnics, said the Education Minister Morufu Olatunji Alausa in a statement announcing the end of the program. Alausa said the money will be better spent on strengthening Nigeria's own universities. Students currently enrolled will continue to receive funding through the end of their studies. After taking office in May 2023, Tinubu embarked on an economic reform drive, which the government said was necessary to fight or to the right public finances of the continent's most populous country. Yeah, that's basically it. That's the story, guys. But they have not, to the best of my knowledge, cancelled sponsoring religious pilgrimages.
Because going to Mecca and Jerusalem is important.
So you see where the priorities lie here. It's
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
It's clear.
You know, somebody
You
has
know,
not explained to me, sorry, why we pay for private individuals to go to Mecca or Jerusalem for spiritual whatever. Like, I want to know why the state has to pay for it. I really want to know. Nobody
My
has
brother.
explained that to me.
I'm
What
trying to
my
confirm
business-
how much we spent. Keep going.
Oh, in the
What my
last 3 years, we
business is-
spent 125 billion naira on foreign
You know how many
pilgrimages.
schools? You know how many schools that can build? How many teacher salaries you can pay? How many educational programs you can start?
In the last 3 years, as a data, like data of from August 2024.
That's when you do black man, do a strong thing, no. Do a strong thing. That jazz is still working.
Oh god. You are sending the wrong message.
120 billion naira
Naira. Yeah.
has been spent on religious pilgrimages in the last 3 years only.
Yep.
And there's no money.
Isn't there a problem, guys?
What do you want to do now?
What do you want to talk?
Hey.
This is the biggest evidence. Osagie will always tell you that the one thing that has happened in Nigeria is our religious bodies, our influential religious leaders are in
They're in
bed
the
with
same
our
bed.
political elites.
This
This
is
is
the correct
the
example.
biggest. This is one of the greatest evidence you have for that case. For that case. Yes, because the reason they are doing that because they also understand that religious religious bodies and religion also is one of the biggest influencers in Nigeria. So they have to capture that with this
Steve,
foreign pilgrimage.
Can you imagine now a president comes and says, we're not paying for pilgrimage anymore. Imagine what Khan and PFN would do. The kind of rollouts PFN and Khan would do on your head. Your presidency won't last 2 years.
Also, speaking about the UTME by JAMB, our Minister of Education, who we just heard from, recently said that the mass failure in the JAMB's UTME shows anti-cheating measures are working.
That guy did not have enough milk. I don't think he took enough milk when he was small.
See,
it was affecting him now.
If you said something like this 10 years ago in Nigeria, right, you'll be blasted so much that they might be considering taking your job.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Or like in the era of 234 Next. Like they will just sit on your case for like 2. Like you'll be under so much pressure.
Yeah,
you come out and apologize.
You just
You
come out and
no.
apologize.
You said I was misquoted or something.
Our leaders, lawmakers, and co used to say less, and they used to get flamed in the
Yes.
media
Yeah.
so badly that they will have to come and apologize. Now people are just saying anything they like.
Now somebody
Because
wants
there's no
bloggers
media
to
house.
register.
There's no media house that's that influential to
Yes, no.
I also just
to
think
influence public opinion.
I also just think people are tired. That's also another
This is
thing I
this
think.
is
you
where
have to
and
survive.
This is the
You
Go
can't
on.
just be complaining every time. You need to survive.
They'll
Yeah.
wear you
They'll-
out.
They'll wear you
wear you
out,
out.
which is that master plan is top notch. So you people are still shouting at me when you're looking for food to eat. We'll see the energy you have to be talking up and down.
This is also why the quality of the influencers that we have. This is why it scares me, because there's nobody screaming at the top of your voices on about this issue
Yeah.
enough to say, you know what, what we've done is fucked up. Do you get? No, there's nobody putting pressure. There's nobody doing it. Everybody has moved on.
Nigeria is heading.
You know.
I don't know if anybody has clocked this, right? Abacha's grand design was to become a civilian dictator, right? Nigeria is heading to a one-party state. Do you know
No, I
how
see the
many?
vision.
Have you
see
seen
the
how many
vision, bro.
senators? Have you seen how many senators and House of Reps have moved?
Is what is going to
Bro.
happen. Everybody
even
see.
our
Nigerian
fine lady.
Nigerian politicians are the most shameless people ever. No,
Yeah,
not 1 ounce of
Spine. Backbone.
spine or respect. They align immediately, and they are also scared. All of them. They fear. We saw
Even
this thing
our-
with Abacha. If you've read the
Yes,
Maxulum
now.
book, I saw it when all the political parties, I think 4 or 5 of them, just aligned and said,
Five.
They
Yeah.
adopted Abacha as the candidate
Abacha,
now.
yes,
Easily.
civil president, easily.
There was a termed 1
Do you want
million
Sergeant
man
Rogers?
march.
Do you want Sergeant Rogers surveilling your house, bro?
So
But it's
the
just
leaders,
like how our leaders think is just intriguing, you know.
they don't think.
It's just
It's
bro, how can you sit down? Like, what's the economic importance of sponsoring religious trips and at the same time stopping foreign education? Like, just think about it. Like, what is even the importance? Like, how does it make sense? Oh man.
You understand?
It's good,
So
though.
while all that is happening, our good people in Enugu States,
Okay.
What's that code again? 052, Abi.
Yeah, shout out. No, 042, come on.
042.
Yeah, Benin is 052. Don't do that again.
No, sorry, no verse.
All right, the Enugu Tech ecosystem, the Ministry of Innovation and Science and Technology, and a couple of other people put together Coal to Code by the Enugu Tech Fest. It's called Coal to Code. So COAL
Oh,
to
yeah, no,
Code.
Coal City, yeah.
Right? It had a couple of speakers. It was held on the 7th to 9th of May at the International Conference Center, Enugu, Nigeria. Had speakers including Honorable Minister Bosun Tijani, the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy. He had the chairman of the Growth Metric Power Limited. He had the chairman of Xenox Group, Leo Stan AK. He had Harry Tommy Davis, veteran investor. A lot of people also had Obi Kubana, who describes himself as a tech investor and the chairman of the Kubana Group. Yeah, just quite a number of people he had here, and they posted it. I remember, and somebody just said, "What is the obsession of Black people with meetings, seminars, conferences, symposium, lectures, etc. We enjoy talking and no freaking implementations and actions."
Talk. See, the black man's called. We go talk. Oh yeah, do the plan.
I want to know why the governor of Enugu State, right, is actively involved in a call to code. And I have a very rapt response from Devin there, which I'm going to read. But let me just read part of what the Honorable Governor said about the Tech Festival. It says, today in Enugu, we officially opened the 2025 Enugu Tech Festival, aptly themed Call to Code, the largest technology conference Nigeria has ever seen. The festival, which gathered thousands of young people from across the country, is a major leap towards building a robust digital economy in Enugu State and indeed Nigeria. As the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Chichani said, Enugu is in the forefront of the tech revolution. That one, when I have his time, we'll discuss. But let's keep going. This is what happens when vision turns into action. In less than 2 years, we've gone from policy to progress, from call to code. We've invested heavily in digital infrastructure and the innovation ecosystem, positioning Enugu as a national hub for technology. I'm not going to read the rest of what he said, but I'm going to read something that Van Dane said. He said, the tagline call to code encapsulates everything that is dumb, asinine, and foreign-driven about industrial policy in Nigeria. How are you going from call to code where you never actually mastered the call?
This initiative suggests that we fully harnessed the potential and our natural resources, which is cool. We've harnessed it. We've made a lot of money. We've had economic abundance from it. We've developed it. Can't scale further. Now we're moving to code. That's what this initiative suggests, indicates, right?
Yes.
Well,
how many tons of coal is Enugu exporting?
Bro, in the real case, there was never an industrial planning around coal in Enugu.
It never kicked off.
Just the coal is just in its name, Coal City. In terms of the resources itself, it was never an economic enabler. Never. There was no time it was fully developed like we have like in South Africa that fully developed like mines and powerful plants with coal. There's nothing. There was no full scale industrialization of coal industry in Nigeria. None. So why are you now moving from something that we've never harnessed at all? You're
You
not
guys will
moving
not be invited to the second
code.
edition. You guys will not be invited to
man.
the second edition. All that I can tell you.
All
It
right.
says, how are you going from coal to code when you never actually mastered the coal? Do you control coal
understand.
mines? Do you have a
Nothing.
single coal-fired power station? Do you have an economy built around coal mining value chain? And if the answer to all these questions is no, then you are moving from what to what exactly?
Exactly.
The tragedy is that Nigerians' intelligentsia is filled with people who genuinely believe these foreign-sponsored sound bites because they have been trained to think in sound bites. That's how one of them was on TV the other day talking about my Kinikon AI strategy and machine learning, only for the lights to go out and throw the set into darkness.
The machine off.
Oh man, something is wrong with us in Nigeria. I think the lack of milk did not start from this generation. It started from like it's been a long time. I think you are seeing the effect, the real time effect of this, because code is not a replacement for coal.
It's not.
It should be something to even enable our coal industry. Because if you are coding, maybe there are people who are building solutions to enable our coal industry. They will build codes around it to. It's not a replacement for coal. Like, what is coal to code?
I'm just looking at a picture here of our honorable Minister of Communication, Innovation, and Technology. Guys, just having a great time.
Yeah, it's flexing, he's enjoying it. That's Osagie's favorite minister.
Minister of Communications Innovation, yes. The guy's just having a great time. Look at him in this picture here with the governor. He's just chilling and laughing. I wish I could share this picture with you guys. Let me just copy it and send it to the group. He's actually having a great time. It's like vacation for him.
Yeah.
Bro, you know that governmental appointment is basically retirement for you.
Look at him in this picture. He's actually having fun. No, come on, man. This is hilarious.
We've not developed our natural resources.
This is the same government. Is this not the same governor? Is this not the same governor, Peter Mbada, that once what's the name of that guy that made the old man go viral? They did a whole freaking party and then walked to the man's house. A governor. And I was saying it to somebody and the person said, no, it's part of it. I'm like, a governor. Do you know how busy a governor is? By the way, is this not the same governor that was running and somebody was trying to pass him on the race? And then they held the guy back. It's the same guy now.
But Osagie, you to look at now. You they run with governor. You won't come past governor.
That just shows you everything that is wrong with my country. Anyways, I remember. Yes, yeah, he's the one. He was running a 10K marathon, right? Last weekend, and somebody was running and was going to, take the lead. And then they pulled this man back.
Nobody said they hold on, they pull on, they drag.
They pulled him back. That is everything that just signifies what is wrong.
That guy did oversabi, he overdo. Why you won't pass governor?
Mr. Nigerian context is back. You better be careful. You better be careful.
Will you do that to George Weah?
Everybody around the governor who hates that guy. Eh?
Will you do that to George Weah?
They might end up beating that guy. If he's not careful.
If you are playing ball against George Weah when George Weah was president, will you dribble George Weah or will you tackle him? You choose about just go.
I go blast ball for your face. I go blast ball for your face. Guys, let's go for a music break. This has been too much for us. Let's go for a music break. Nah, I don't even know what to play. Nah, I know what to play. Let's uplift the mood. Gotta uplift the mood, guys. We're going to play something from the one and only Psycho YP rather. Psycho YP is such a. Do you like Psycho YP, guys?
Hey, my country. That's my jam now.
I actually like Psycho YP a lot. I think his best project is still YP Season 2.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
That's like my best Psycho YP project, just saying. But like, yeah, Psycho YP is good. But yeah, let's listen to. Should we listen to Psycho YP or should we listen to Bella Shmurda?
Let's play Bella first. I bet that Vision 2020 is important.
Let's play
Maybe we hear
Bella.
the
Let's play
lyrics.
Bella.
Yeah, let's do Bella Shmurda. All right, guys. I got you guys.
Bella Shmurda, yeah. I the Kabasa, yeah. Got over me also Vision 2020. Our government and promise. You know say boys go chop every day with scamming. All night no sleep. Moya ola wala ti. I go alaba, I buy lappy. Also for 6 months I no care money. Shout out to my niggas so they stop for me. The problem share is a problem solved. So I tell my niggas so we get them solved. So we get them solved. The problem share is a problem solved. So I tell my niggas so we get them solved. So we get them solved. Mama call me, say she not do his balling. What are you doing, son? You are darling. 4 years in last week is really nothing. Better get that money, son. We are starving. Mama tell me, say she don't get belly. Mama and Papa must know, yeah. I've been thinking, I've been thinking. Just wanna see my friends in that Range Rover. When I pull up in a Phantom, tell bitches game over. Popping pills in a penthouse, chilling on a coda. Shuku I like her, she wash cocoa and sand. She's in love with her lifestyle. Bella Shmurda, every day me ganja, yeah. Every day me ganja, yeah. Got over with us in Vision 2020. Our government and promise. You know say boys go chop every day with scamming. All night no sleeping. Moya ola wala ti. I go alaba, I buy lappy. Also for 6 months I no care money. Shout out to my niggas so they stop for me. The problem share is a problem solved. So I tell my niggas so we get them solved. So we get them solved. The problem share is a problem solved. So I tell my niggas so we get them solved. So we get them solved.
Yeah, mo ti suffer, mo ti jìyà, bí ti díyà, mo tún sáṣẹ́ ní màdẹ́ọ̀ kí lè rówó díẹ̀. Pàbó ló já sí wẹ̀láì, àdètẹ́ tí láyọ̀n bá gbé náà wojú mi, mo máa díẹ̀. Ọlọ́run mo máa díẹ̀, mo ti lose mọ́mí dádì, ẹ wojú mi ẹ̀jẹ̀, ẹjọ́ tá la ṣẹ̀, kí la gbé, kí la jù, tó dá wákàtà máa jẹ now. People they tell me now, I too they bragga, they cut like dagger, life and now gaga. Ogologo, my kinda like a go, now for winter or summer, man, no slow down. Encore ni pe mo para no ni, fira racing but me without money. No tissue paper, touch my time, but about shoe, no soap to wash school uniform, not cool. I'm a gawe moju, I'm a jeba tabachi, ila kuili around, she un firi banshi, sigira batabaduro, ye kole dagoshe. That's why I'm out here with my brothers hustling, yeah. Hustle to the top, on fait let me back. One up on my remi, I look over there, me car. I thank God I no fall and stand tall, but I do Bella Shmurda, I'm a dancer. Oh, but I let me know what you ever let me say. All I want let me know.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
Jordan knows.
For this country that I come from, and then I Lagos, and then I London, I still a starfish, I want vigilante for this country, for this country.
She told me, go hit her, my boy, let's elevate. It's some shit my mama used to tell me about when I was 8. I got these tattoos on my body, I'm showing off every race. Soon enough it's gonna be taking all that rape. I can't believe it, I'm like a flooded demon. I can show you that ice, now she looking anemic. I move around with the clipper cause I'm so conceited. And if while I want boss, I'ma leave them bleeding. And know I've been connected since the 01. Connected in the 01, I could pull up to your city, I ain't even gotta roll with no one. Shorty bad ass up on the gram, but in a real life though, she don't fuck with no one. I had to get my team back in tempo, my chick back on tempo, my shit back in order while I'm carrying all these tenfold. Couldn't let her breathe, cause the steeds is highly influential. You told me calm down, it was special. You know I've been connected since the 01, connected in the 01. I could pull up to your city, I ain't gotta roll with no one. Shorty bad ass up on the gram, but in a real life, bro, she ain't fuck with. No, it's CA for this country, where I come from. Better not Lagos, or better not London. I still a starfish, I want vigilante. For this country, for this country, for this country. Where I come from. Better not Lagos, or better not London. I still a starfish, I want vigilante. For this country, for this country.
All right, all right, all right. And we are back. We are back with fan mail. It's been a while since we did
Yep.
fan mail, guys. Have you guys missed our fan mails?
I guess they do.
I mean, I've missed the fan mail. I don't know about you guys.
All right. Let's enter.
Yeah. All right, let's start. This is Ro. Ro is giving us a heartfelt shout out from London. I have been a consistent listener to the podcast since inception and have never missed an episode. Although I never thought I would be writing in, I have enjoyed being a passive listener. I listened to your recent episode where you talked about curating the programming for our kids and how they are being exposed to it. And I couldn't agree more. As a matter of fact, recently I stopped complaining and started creating. I have an 8-year-old who is super curious, and I have started a YouTube channel for her through the help of AI. This channel looks into science, history, African folktales, programming, Bible stories, and several other topics that an 8-year-old Black British girl can be interested in. The channel is called The Elsbeth Effect. Please check it out, and I believe this is what we should all start doing. We all need to create more and complain less, and we can do better with programming for our kids and the content that they're exposed to appropriately. I just want to say thank you for being consistent with your voice for the diaspora, for your authenticity, and for showing people like me that growth is a journey worth embracing. You've impacted more lives than you probably realize, and I'm so glad to count myself among your listeners. Wishing you guys more success, more great conversations, and more loose talk magic. I hope to
Let's
write again
go.
soon to share any progress or updates or more fan love stories. All the best. Shout out to Ro. Thank you very much. Ro from London.
Shout out to my people
That
in
is best
London.
effect. It has to be from a TV show, no, right? That's the reference.
I have no idea,
Yeah,
but I'm
I
just
think
checking
so.
it out now. The
Yeah, it's a
Elsbeth effect.
reference.
It
It's a
is
reference to a TV show. Yeah, it has to be. That's the only Elsbeth I know.
the Elsbeth effects. Wow, I've seen it. Yeah, I've checked it out. 126 subscribers. You guys should check it out already. It's properly
Makes
curated. I
sense.
like this. Some topics like what color is the sun really? It's not yellow. Unboxing the cutest tech pets. What are meteor showers? Palm Sunday story. Yeah, the tortoise and 7 orange trees. The ultimate Easter hunt adventure. Yeah, it's cool stuff. I can see you're using a lot of you're creating a lot of visuals through the LLMs, and yeah. See, this is the best time to be a creator.
Dedicated
Oh, you
parenting.
can just build anything these days, like
Yeah.
from AI agents to vibe coding. It's just amazing. It's looking like how the trend rewarded like social media creators. It just looks like now it will reward like people who are just building stuff with
Yeah.
AI and stuff like that.
This is good.
This is also
The
shout out
Els-
to Ore builds. That's the guy, the Kids Love Investing YouTube page I told you about. The Ore,
yeah,
the
we
loose
talked
talk
about it
guy.
on the
Yeah,
pod
yeah.
now, right?
We talked about
Yeah.
it on the pod. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Super interesting. Makes sense. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Love it, love it, love it as well. All right, this is from Pezzy. Pezzy is talking about Lekki and the illusion of luxury. This is my first time sending an email. As always, amazing podcast. Shout out to you guys. Oh, shout out to Mr. Ayo on hitting 10K followers on TikTok. Big win. Shout out to Ayo. Round of applause.
Thank you,
goes
thank you,
for him.
thank you, thank you.
All right. On the topic of Lekki seen as an upscale area in Lagos, I honestly think it reflects a larger delusion that cuts across all social classes. Having lived in Lagos for many years and returned after NYSC to work on the island, I often wondered why flooding is so common in such a prime location. The more I moved around, the clearer it became. The drainage system is practically non existent, and most aren't even linked to the lagoon for proper flow. While managing a project, a plumber casually asked if we'd like to channel the septic tank to the gutter using a pump and a grinder machine. I immediately said no as it sounded absurd, but he explained to me that it was the norm on the island. That was when things started to click. many buildings are actually channeling waste directly into gutters, causing the awful smell that hangs in the air. I experienced this firsthand when the plumbing team showed me a video of a neighboring building emptying their waste into the gutter in broad daylight. I confronted them and they claimed it was going to be the last time. Still, I had my team seal off the pipe with concrete. That moment made me reflect deeply on what's the real value of living in an environment where waste literally flows through your streets. So my question is Lekki truly an upscale area, or have we just bought into the illusion because of location, aesthetics, and hype, despite all the visible dysfunction? Great one, man. And I think you already know the answer before you asked the question.
Yeah, you already
Percy.
know.
Yeah, you already know the answer. I mean, I had no idea people were channeling their waste into the gutter. This is crazy.
It now makes sense. It makes
It
more
makes
sense
sense.
now.
It now makes sense that when we were at that
Stella.
Oniru spot. No, Stella,
Yeah.
the water was
Not
okay
Stella,
from
sorry, the other one now.
yes.
The Niru
The
spot.
Playboy
Yeah.
Mansion.
Yeah, the Stella one,
The mansion one, yeah, the mansion.
Yes. That so for context, guys, we had to install a water purification machine to be able to use the water
Yeah,
in that building.
You get some brown tea.
Like literally the machine they use in making pure water.
Yeah.
That's what we installed at the backyard for us
Yeah.
to be able to get water from the tap. And even with that, the drainage was always smelling really bad. Can you guys remember?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always had that smell,
100%. 100%.
Now reading his mail about people channeling in their waste into the gutters, it now makes sense.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows this is crazy. People are channeling their waste directly into the gutter.
Bro.
So you can see you can see the character of the people we have.
I say like Nigeria and the state that we are right now is as a result of like a collective failure.
Yes.
Collective, like it's a popular thing to always blame the government.
people at the top, yeah.
We should take responsibility because at the end
No,
of the
no,
day,
but I blame
all
them.
of-
See, guys, no.
No, I'm saying I said only blame. Like we can't only blame the
No, you
government.
can't only say it's their fault.
Osagie,
Let
the
me-
ineptitude there. Let me tell you,
Mhm.
the ineptitude and mediocre leadership we experience every day is as a result of the same attitude these people
Yeah.
had as average citizens, which they extended into office. You don't expect someone
Facts.
to be
Facts.
a
Yeah.
mediocre citizen in terms of the respect for the law, being exceptional in how you conduct yourself, then switch
environment,
to become
your
an
level-
exceptional leader. It's
You
impossible. now.
can't. You can't.
You will continue with the same.
This is the
It's
talent
impossible.
pool. Now the talent pool. Now the
Exactly.
talent pool.
We are the talent pool now. Do you get
I
it?
get. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're taking it like way back on how these people got into power and why they
Yeah.
get
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
You're right.
Yeah. Someone
You're
who
right.
did this as a citizen, he becomes a leader. You understand. You understand now
Yeah,
because he don't do
My
it
own
before.
is that if there were proper drainages, people
Yeah.
wouldn't do this. That's just my point.
Oh yeah,
If
you
you
can
have
also make
proper
that point.
structured drainages that if you are building or erecting a building, all you need to do is connect to the existing drainage that
Yeah.
takes all the sewage in that area
All the
to a
waste.
specific place where it's now recycled or whatever, right? You would, when you are building your building, you would connect and pay for
Yeah.
it.
There's lack of urban planning at the end of the day. Basic urban planning.
This is crazy.
So you
But
sell
yeah.
land, but you don't have anything in store for the people. So I beg. I was in Lekki yesterday, bro. I'm telling you, that place is shit. I beg.
Did you see one property that I shared in the group and someone wanted to sell for $75 million?
I saw it.
Yes,
man.
yes, I saw it.
I saw it,
Yes,
man.
It's some
$75
comedy.
million.
I saw it as a comedy special.
No,
Yeah, it was like
does
bags
this
and
make
stuff.
sense? How are you selling
Do you know when I
property
knew?
for
Do
$75 million?
you know when I knew that Nigeria did not make sense? As at 2008 or 2007, CNN was doing a documentary on hotels around the world. So they now did a list of the most expensive hotels around the world. I've forgotten the first two, but Nigeria had the third most expensive hotels in the world. Nigeria does not have one single 5-star hotel till today. Why is it that we are that expensive?
Well,
For what?
I think in 2025, I think we should have a
Bro, we don't
5-star
have.
hotels in Nigeria.
We do not. Do you know what 5-star hotel
Sorry?
is?
Sorry, Steve.
I don't even think we
sorry.
have 4-star.
I'm sorry.
I don't even have 4-star.
I beg your pardon.
Okay, I'm not versed. I'm
It's
not well
padding.
versed.
It's padding.
I'm not well versed. Why me? Please confirm this. Biggest food
Yes.
critic.
Okpeyemi
Biggest
former
food
king.
critic in Africa. Confirm this for us,
Yes.
please.
There's no
Yeah.
5-star hotel in I don't think so.
Okpeyemi Farmer King, please confirm this for us. As a matter of fact,
Yes.
please send a voice note either to Steve, myself, or Ayo. Just
Yes, we'll
confirming.
play it next week.
No,
Yeah,
we
we'll
don't have
play
a
it.
5-star. We are confirming for 4-star.
Yeah, it's 4-star. We're even confirming for now. There's no
Because
5-star.
probably the wheat baker would be a 3 or 4-star.
3-star
That's it.
safe. 3-star.
Yeah.
Do you know what 5-star is? Hey.
5-star is not possible. You don't have a 5-star. Maybe
You
the
don't
judge
have
would be a 3-star or 4-star. The judge.
probably.
Planning of
Yeah,
that
but-
judge. Now, wow. You think you're entering?
It's an area, abi?
They try.
Yeah. Quick one, guys. I wanted to give you a quick breakdown on how much has been spent on Hajj and Christian tours from 2020
Okay.
to 2024. In
Okay.
2020, 1.07 billion naira. In 2021, 2.6 billion naira. In 2022, 4.94 billion naira. In 2023, 33.88 billion naira. And in 2024, 100 billion naira.
What?
So in total, 143 billion. So you see the jump from 2022 to 2023 when the dollar, you saw the jump.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's the problem. You saw the jump, right? It went from 4.94 to 33.88.
Yeah.
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 There's a story saying how FG and states allocated 120 billion to pilgrimage expenses over the last 3 years. That was from 2023 backwards to 2020,
Yes,
right?
2023 backwards. That's the one
Yeah.
that's the one I mentioned earlier. That's true. Yeah.
So it says federal government payment of 24 billion naira to clear exchange rate liabilities for the 2023 Hajj airlifts treated as subsidy. Nine
Yes,
state governments spent 9.88 billion Christian and Muslim trips. See where the money is going. Money for education, for healthcare, for everything. See where the money is being pumped into. 143 billion naira in the last 5 years. We're joking.
To go to Jerusalem, America.
Please, let's read another fan mail I beg from our good people. Oh, so Percy, just to say, Ndeki is not an upscale area. No matter how many times
Never
they try and
was.
say it.
Yeah.
You understand? No matter how many times they try and say it, it's full of people carrying out money laundry. I'm sorry. This is the Tony Street of the 90s. Of the 2010s or whatever.
At least
Tony
Tony
Street
Street
was
had
notoriously
got-
known for
Tony Street had
you know,
gutters.
yes, Tony Street had gutters that are not covered, but gutters. Anyways.
Yeah, at least.
Oh boy. At least the drainage in Tony Street was working.
Rabio. It still works till today anyway.
All right. This is from Sharifa talking about the Fulani headsmen in Lagos. I'm currently listening to the Rebase episode, and when Osagie needed to mention something about 3 bandits or herdsmen not having infiltrated Lagos, I heaved a sigh because it all comes down to what Steve said about the country not having proper coverage. This might be long. It wasn't long, so let's go. In December 2022, my friends and I had just finished defending our research project after a long 6 years in medical school, and we were on our way home from Ilorin. Approaching Lagos around that long bridge side, the driver decided to pass a shorter route that went on to pass the unmarried road beside the long bridge. We saw 2 policemen near a ditch and thought it was the usual anything for boys, but no, they were bandits. We got attacked with clubs and they tried to get us to open the doors for us to be kidnapped. What saved us was a politician who had noticed that something was going on from across the bridge. Then his security escorts began shooting for these bandits to run away. If not, we would have been kidnapped, and who knows where I would have been today. This is just a few minutes away from Berger. Anyways, I love your podcast. Keep doing the Lord's work. P.S. You guys should check out Tim Larry's new track where he features Show Them Camp titled Economy. Took me back to the Clone Wars days. And yes, I am Gen Z, but a huge fan of SDC. When you say SDC here, Sherifat, you need to clarify. Because the SDC we know first here is Steve Dede Canada. Okay, but we get you anyways, and thanks for writing in. And yeah, it might be closer than what we think,
bro. Have I given you guys this gist? When I was driving back from Lagos, like after with my family, after we spent the Christmas holidays in Delta State. That was in 2022. So I was driving to Lagos. So at that time there's always traffic like at Redeem in and out of Lagos. That's right. So considering the season we're in, I figured that Redeem on the side of when you are going to Lagos will be
As
jammed.
Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
Lagos Ibadan
Yeah.
Express Road, right? So if you're a frequent road traveler at that time, you know that how difficult it is to be caught up in traffic there. So meanwhile, there's this route that you follow through Ijebode that takes you to Ikorodu. From there, you get into Lagos. Super easy, super fast. You beat all those traffic. Several guys at the club, the guys who play football with, who travel to the east for the holidays and who came back earlier, that have used that route, right? So I called one of them. He told me how to navigate it, and he assured me that all was good. So I switched routes and started going there. 2 minutes into that trip, into that route, I saw like a group of Fulani guys, like about 10 to 20, like teenagers. I said, okay, I ignored. Like less than 2 minutes also, I saw another group just walking on their own. Oh. They didn't bother anybody. They're just walking on their own. I saw another group. It's like, you know what? I don't think this route is good for me.
It ain't safe, bro.
I
It ain't
swear.
safe on the streets.
I switched
You
lanes again.
you got the heebie-jeebies.
You know the type of thing try to do, yeah.
The Jeepers
I know one
Creepers.
story.
You know, yeah, one thing happen.
And you pull
just thinking
reverse.
I pull, bro. I go follow reading camp. Oh, nothing
I
happened.
go-
And there was no
the traffic is better.
It's better.
I'll
Yes.
drink cold water.
You eat gala. Easy.
Oh man.
Wash it down with cold bottled water.
I'm telling you.
Uh, Khadija has commentary on accidents in Nigeria. I love your pod, and I'm writing this right after getting into an accident. I've been binging episodes lately, so I can't remember if this is the one that spoke about road accidents in Nigeria or was recent or older. Anyways, I remember listening and thinking, wow, this is profound. And then today, I found myself in a similar situation. For context, I'm a Muslim woman living in Abuja. I was heading to the salon over the Easter weekend. I missed the turn and was making a U-turn very slowly and while indicating. At the same time, another car tried to speed across the road before I could pass. We collided, or maybe I hit them. Honestly, I can't say for sure. The passengers were two men who immediately got out and started yelling and threatening me. That episode you did instantly came to mind, and I stood 10 toes down. I rolled down my window and I calmly told them to step back and stop yelling. Of course, that only aggravated them some more. One of them even threatened to slap me. Still in my car, I looked him straight in the face and said, if you touch me, I will deal with you. Then I motioned like I was about to start making calls. And you know how Abuja is. You never know who is who. I was alright enough to handle the situation, so I simply asked, how much is it? Made the transfer and left. The more I narrate it, the more it feels like they were actually at fault. My car sustained damage and I had to fix it. But really, I just wanted to highlight what you once called the butterfly effect. We're all connected, and moments like this show it. So thank you for helping me through what was honestly a traumatic situation. If you somehow read this far, yeah, me. Okay, of course we will finish your meal. Come on. I also want to start a podcast. Do you have tips or tricks for a girl? I want to reflect the life of a northern girl living in Abuja, especially since most of the media feels so Lagos-centric. Okay, first of all, glad you are safe. Being in an accident is not a good thing. I've been in an accident before where an SUV climbed the side of my car and somersaulted 3 times into a car dealer's store.
Yeah. Oh, that story is wild.
Yeah, this was 3 weeks after I bought my car, my first car.
Yeah.
You know, very traumatic. It's not something you want because it puts you in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not careful, right, you might be lost in the shock, and that can even lead to a bigger accident. So I remember that happening to me. The guy tumbled, I paused, I looked at him, and I did the most considerable thing I could do. I drove off.
Yeah, understandable. The Nigerian context. Yeah.
In the Nigerian context, I drove off.
Now you are using Nigerian context.
No, did you expect me to stay? First of all, I can remember where this thing was. I was staying at Sule. It was after the National Stadium. Just drive down like you're going to, what's the name of the bus stop after National Stadium? The next bus stop.
Yeah, I know that place. Yeah.
The guy was at my back. I was going to carry fuel at Ikorodu, my brother. Daniel,
Damn.
the driver I had at the time, like that worked with me
Yeah.
for the. He told me at both ways. Remember, this was 2015. Fuel scarcity.
Yeah, first scarcity. Yeah.
So the guy said, "Okay, I don't get you the 3-4 kegs.
Fuel.
Come pick them up." So I said, "Okay, 5. Make I move. Go Ikorodu quickly." This guy was probably coming from the club or somewhere. He was at my back. He was driving. Everything was okay. All of a sudden, he goes to the side, revs, then just climbs the side of my car. And because he climbed it like this, he just started somersaulting. And he somersaulted into the car dealer's place. I looked at it. You know what made me move? I stopped. I wanted to come out.
You saw the group
in the
of
car.
yeah.
Some group of people who have started saying, Naim.
Naim.
And that's like Lagos logic. I don't know if this happens in Nigeria, but Lagos logic is the person who is surviving will be immediately blamed.
It's Nigerian logic.
So I drove off. Bro, you won't believe when I drove back, the car was damaged already, right? I drove back. I dropped at that bus stop. I told Daniel to drive my car home. I crossed over. I asked, what's up with this guy? He said the guy was drunk and disoriented, but they've taken him. And I said, what happened? They say, there was one saloon car, that is my car they were describing. Was beside that car, and that the car hit the other car and it tumbled. That was the story on ground.
That's your car hits the SUV. How can a car hit SUV and tumble? Yeah.
So that just justified
my the milk with this.
You've given us this gist before. Yeah, this is like the third time. Yeah.
So
sorry
you can imagine what happened there. So this thing is trauma and shock. So shout out to Khadija, who immediately just took over the situation. Remember we had this conversation of the guy who hits
numbers guy, the number guy.
The number guy who kicked the guy. We started talking about how if you don't stand your ground at times.
Yes.
People can just
for you. You can navigate the situation. True.
Yeah. So shout out to you, because it could have turned to something ugly for her.
Yes.
And all of that. But you want to start a podcast. You've already given us the concept. You are reflecting on the life of a northern girl living in Abuja. That is it already. That is what the story is. So tell us how you grew up. Tell us how you relate to your friends. Tell us about every aspect
Abuja,
of
living in Abuja. Abuja is not covered in youth culture enough.
Not
enough. You don't understand? Yeah. It's not.
And there's a lot going on.
There's so many things. There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Shout out to my former producer, Bodi Babalola. He grew up in the north. Full like northern guy, right? He was the one that was able to show me the life of a northerner. Or like the life of Abuja, rather.
Oh, okay.
What it was like to live in Abuja. Shout out to him and shout out to Fazilion. They were able to explain it to me, and it's from how they described it, it's beautiful life.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. It's Abuja is too reflected in politics that it has overshadowed the other parts of the city, which I want to hear about more, read about more, and just
and when I go out to when I do go out to Abuja, by the way, bro, it's always it's fun. It's fun. It's cool. It's nice. It's fun. It's nice. All right, we still have more fan mails, but before we get into it, let's play some music. We're gonna play Hot Eye since we talked about the Capital now. So let's do it.
Yeah.
This is for the Capital by Hot Eyes. You guys know Hot Eyes, right?
I would never know Hot Eyes.
You guys rock with Hot Eyes, right?
Yep.
Doing this for the capital, cause I was raised in it. Ain't by myself, I got ABJ with me. Might pull up in Sueno. Light a J quickly. Room all around town instead the hustle pay quickly. Got a night and day with me. Real niggas affiliate from Cape Town all the way down to the city gates. United's tough, hide your bluff, my eyes are shut. Everything's hard as fuck. Over here, a lot of ghetto dudes hate alcohol. Who knows? Some of them Uda take tramadol. Do your thing, I ain't mad at y'all. Even if you get the same feeling as getting hit by a cannonball. I got my man involved. Say fuck it, let's have a ball. Cause it's only real niggas on my catalog. There should be love from KB City to Woosa. I can feel the energy from Greg City to Luke. They want it cause I'm practical. On it and it's tactical. I'm in the Ford Focus, bumping summer in the capital. I'm hardly ever home. I doubt you'll ever know that I'm filled up with mixed emotions that are hardly ever shown. What up? We got the areas and we got the zones. When you speak, you better watch your tone. Watch who you with when you walking alone. We surrounded by rocks and stones. This is ABJ. We got the areas and we got the zones. When you speak, you better watch your tone. And watch who you with when you walking alone. Cause we surrounded by rocks and stones. This is ABJ. Talking about the city of bright lights and green cabs. Touchdown from Giddy with night flights and gym bags. Running late for an interview, but I keep calm. Knowing they're respecting my views on what I speak on. TG urging me to keep going and talk less about the trees blowing. I'm sipping Fura with my suya and Yauza. Damn, I love Abuja. There's hardly traffic on the road, but still I maneuver. I know clappers, I know shooters, I know scammers with computers going ham, throwing hammers at intruders. I hope we don't become a generation of looters. What else? Consumers and drug abusers. Eat with the people I starve with. It's me and them. Lake Charles presidential shit, watching CNN with coke bombs to the bullshit. We ain't singing them as life and we're living it like there wouldn't be an end. Stop for a session or two with Dr. Rex. Shit is easy, promise not to knock a sweat. But I got my shoes on, cause I gotta move on. I'm sorry I can't stay in the city for too long, forgive me. We got the areas and we got the zones. When you speak, you better watch your tone. Watch who you with when you walking alone. We surrounded by rocks and stones. This is ABJ. We got the areas and we got the zones. When you speak, you better watch your tone. And watch who you with when you walking alone. Cause we surrounded by rocks and stones. This is ABJ.
Yep. That is For the Capital by Hot Eye. Shout out to our peeps in the ABJ. Hope you guys are not being stressed out by your your federal by Wiki. One song Wiki.
By the governor.
Yeah, your governor.
Your Rolls Royce driving governor.
Louis V wearing governor. Dumebi is writing and has some opinions to share. Shout out to Dumebi. He's a frequent writer. What's up, Giants? Hope you guys are doing good. I have a few thoughts to share and a question to ask. Last week, well, this is not last week, so a few weeks ago, you guys asked about the sit at home in the East. Unfortunately, it is still happening, but there's a bit of context. In Aba, banks, schools, and big businesses do not open. People move around, but the markets are closed, and that's a big shame because Aba is one of the biggest markets, and people can't offload their containers that arrive over the weekend because they'll be attacked by the IPOB, people. In Imo State, Olu is the main place they are controlling. People in Owerri move around, schools are open and businesses are open. Anambra is similar to Aba. The reason I think is because Nnamdi Kanu is from Abia State and Ojukwu was from Anambra, so I guess they believe they have to hold it down for their freedom fighters. Enugu is just like Imo State. Some pockets have a lot of the iPod guys, but the city is active. On the other hand, don't you guys think you've contradicted yourselves a bit when you were giving the 22-year-old that felt his dad wasn't supportive of his dreams and wanted to do his youth service and not get the 300k naira job? I understand you guys want the best for him because Nigeria isn't youth friendly and he's still 22, but you guys have always said your parents have lived their lives, so it's time to live yours. Osagie also quotes Kobe by saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Okay, let's talk about the whole sit at home thing. We've talked about this already. It's a damn shame if that's still going on in 2025 and that state governors can't control any of this, and the federal government has also just overlooked it.
Yeah.
So schools don't open on Monday.
Yes, first day of the week.
Yeah.
Do you know how this affects the curriculum?
Everything.
Oh yes,
yeah.
the calendar too. Yeah, the academic calendar.
Everything. It's just thinking about corporates too. How do you even pay people? Are you paying them now like the normal salaries, or you're paying them for a 4-day week? Like, it's just crazy, the whole like dynamic.
I don't see how this helps. Yeah,
I don't see how it helps at all. Yeah,
Was it Peter
man.
Obi that said that we should switch to power pay?
I can't remember.
Yes,
I can't
yes. I
remember.
think when I was interviews that
I
it
think
will be better. Yeah,
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
At least for blue collar work.
yeah. For blue collar
Yes.
jobs, every Friday you
So
get
people
your
start
pay.
having respect for their time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do you understand? Switch per hour and then pay people weekly if it's
yeah.
possible. I don't know how possible
Is it
that one is.
weekly? Is it weekly in Europe?
Some parts of Europe. I
Oh,
like it
okay.
depends on job. Blue collar job they can pay weekly, they can pay monthly. It depends on the work. But like
Oh,
for
okay.
blue
It depends
collar, they
on
will usually pay weekly.
Weekly.
weekly. Okay. Okay.
End of
Okay.
Yeah.
the end of the week.
End of the week. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So on the other hand, yeah, with the parents thing, bro, there was context to what we talked about. Can't
I
really
think I,
remember,
I
but there
think
was
the contest
context.
was to what will make the guys save more money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. As I tell,
We
there's
were
a
looking out for the
contest.
guy.
We're looking out for the guy, to be very honest.
So do
The
maybe
safest
please.
option, to be very honest.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It says, in addition, I think Loose Talk should have a communities Reddit page. I think it would be awesome if like-minded people can share a space and support each other. I also think you guys should hold a Twitter space meeting once in a while and take questions, chat with like the giants for like an hour. Okay, so the communities Reddit page. See, guys, we said it before. Let this thing be fan driven. If you guys want to open a Reddit page, open the page. Someone should open the page. You open the page to maybe, and people can start chatting. I mean, even if we're not going to do any chatting there, anyways. So if you guys feel like you want to create a community, please do it. It
Well,
depends on how strongly you feel.
but Joe Biden's community on Twitter is very big though, and I see all of them always interacting with like the people on.
Yeah, because they created a
They created
community
a
on.
community on Twitter.
Yes.
It's not a
So
bad idea at all, Sha, to be very
yeah.
honest.
About the space. I don't know, guys. I don't have the time. I'm going to give it. See, I can
I
lie
don't
to
have
you
the
and say
time.
this is nice. I think we should do it, but I'll keep it a buck 50 with you.
I
I
don't have
doesn't
the
have time.
time.
Steve doesn't have time. I don't have
Also,
time.
I hate Twitter Spaces. I just don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't just gel with my spirit at all.
However, we can once in a month hold a live, or like once in 3 months hold like a live Zoom space where everybody can join us on Zoom. If you guys like that, let us know.
Uh,
And we can have everybody in the room and then we can chat and then we can take questions. That sounds like fun, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that one is yeah.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah.
we can play music and vibe to everything. So yeah. All right, man. We have this really man, this my mouth is going to pay me after this one, but let's go. Ask
Sorry.
the Giants relationship breakup edition. Good day, Giants. I hope you all are doing good. Day one listener here, been listening since 2016. The illegal episode. Wow. Round of applause for you there. All right. Anonymous says, I have something I want to get off my chest, and I value you guys' input advice on this a lot. This mail is going to be quite lengthy. Yes, we see. But it's going to be worth the read. We can't tell so far. And maybe there's someone going through this, going through what I'm going through, or rather has gone through it and will learn from whatever advice you give. So let's get straight into it. I finished my master's abroad in January 2022, came back to Nigeria, and started my NYSC in March 2022. I was out of the country for about 7 years because I started my master's immediately after I finished my first degree. So coming back to Nigeria was me starting afresh, trying to figure out myself and the next steps to take. In June 2022, after my CDS, a friend of mine whom we served together convinced me to go with him to register for our PVC at the Old Parade Ground in Abuja. And I was reluctant because I just wanted to go home and sleep. But he told me that we wouldn't have to join the queue and wait the whole day because we have our NYC uniforms and they give special attention to coppers. He was also able to convince me. He was able to convince me when I followed him. We got to the old parade ground and it was really rowdy and chaotic. But we were able to get in eventually because the gate was broken by people who forced themselves in. And so we made our way to the tent specially reserved for coppers. On getting there, there was nobody. So someone stood up to get something and I took the person's chair. There were no chairs, and someone stood up and took the person's chair and changed position so the person wouldn't know it was me. Man, how bad of you, bro. Anyways, he said, and so the girl that was there sat next to me eventually became my girlfriend for 2 years. Now I know why this mail is long. If there's nothing that shows why you had to detail your friend taking you to the old parade ground, like the pacing of this story, if it has nothing to do in the future of this, I'm going to cuss you out, bro. Because you could have just said, I met my girlfriend when I went to register for my PVC in one line. It took you 3 paragraphs. Ayo, this is writing 101.
It's building, it's storytelling. Now epic
No, but
movie.
if there's nothing here that points back to this whole CDS taking the chair and all that stuff in the future of this meal, then it's pointless that he gave us all that detail.
I agree. Story writing 101, bro. Just
Anyways, just to
Bukoko.
wrap it up, Laura Konsha, you met your girlfriend when you went to register for your PVC. Anyways, we were given forms to fill and she wasn't sure about it, about what to fill in particular section. And so she asked me and I assisted her. That's how we started talking. And it turned out she saw me while I was standing and she was feeling me because my khaki was well ironed. I was neat, I had a fresh haircut, and to be honest, when I sat close to her, I was feeling her too because she was really pretty. Hmm. We've all been there, guys. That whole, first time things, first time
Yeah.
tinglings, tingalingling. Anyways, I noticed her wallpaper was Jordan Sancho. Red flag, red flag.
Big red
And
flag. This is the biggest red flag ever.
yes, and that was what I used to break
Manchester
the
United
ice.
fans.
Yeah, how's a girl having Jordan Sancho as a wallpaper? That's a red flag.
That's a red
That's a
flag.
red flag. Anyways, I used that to break the ice with her. I asked her if she was a football fan, and she said she supports Liverpool because of her dad. Blah blah blah. That's how the conversation continued. So we exchanged numbers. I texted her later that day, and we agreed to meet, which we did 4 days later on a Sunday. Went to a restaurant, and we grew fond of each other. And when she was about leaving, we shared a kiss, which I didn't expect to. The energy was just right, to be honest. And she also expressed how she enjoyed the kiss after she got home. Guys, we've all been there. We dey feel am, we dey
Wait,
feel am.
this
See,
from the
snap your
first
hands if
day.
you are feeling it. Snap your
Wait,
hands,
this
snap your
this is
fingers,
from the
snap your
first day.
fingers.
No,
This
I'm
is on
not.
the first day.
Oh, okay. Let's continue going.
Yeah.
I'm holding my finger.
You're holding your fingers. I'm already snapping. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. It says
Okay.
everything seems so good. So while we were still getting to know each other after our first date, I noticed she didn't like being teased or made fun of because she gets angry anytime I try to poke fun at her. So fast forward 2 months later, in August, she stopped talking to me because of a joke I made, and she also passed out the same month. I believe she passed out from NYC. That's what you're trying to say.
I hope
Um,
so.
Yes. We didn't talk until November. I reached out to her because my brother-in-law was made the chairman of the census board or something like that. Can't really remember. And she came to my mind because they were looking for ad hoc staff. So I reached out to her to see if she would be interested. And that is how we reconnected. The census that never happened. LOL, Nigeria, my country. So she asked how I was going to do all of that, and she said she missed me. We were supposed to meet again, but we didn't until January 2023 because I traveled. When I came back, I invited her over to where I stay. She came and was happy to see me. I was also happy to see her, and she was shocked at how different I looked. I added so much weight, and she loved it. I'm not fat though. So we vibed and eventually had sex and became official a week later. During the course of our relationship, we used to see quite frequently, and I noticed that she had male friends, which I wasn't comfortable with, and I had made it known to her that she kept saying that there was nothing to worry about. There was quite a few times she told me she was going out with her sister to visit her sister's friends who were guys at their place, and I wasn't comfortable with it, but she kept sending me streaks while she was there, and I met her sister, so I didn't really read meaning into it since her sister was there with her and her sister knows we were in a relationship. For we old heads, millennials and co, Ayo, our Gen Z representative, streaks means pictures from Snapchat, right?
Yeah, Snapchat videos or pictures from Snapchat. Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Fast forward a few weeks later, I found out that she exchanged numbers with one of the guys in the house because the guy asked her, and she told me the reason why she gave him her number was because he is her sister's friend and she didn't want to come off as rude, and there was nothing there, which I thought was okay, and I saw the angle where she was coming from, even though I didn't like it. So over the course of the relationship, I kept figuring out that she had other male friends, and mind you, she told me she didn't have male friends when we became official, and that was the beginning of our toxicity of our relationship. She always tries to come up with something to justify the male friends being in her life, and I saw a different side of which she was nonchalant, and it was as if she valued the male friends more than me. She would tell me things like, Shay, you have to behave. Shay, you like to behave how you want. Don't worry. When I start working, I will start dressing and going out more and meeting new people. I didn't find that statement funny because what it simply means is that when she starts working and starts to meet new people, she will keep her options open. That was how I interpreted the statement. So we would argue and go for days without talking and then reconcile. So one day she told me she wasn't going to entertain male friends anymore. I agreed and thought we now have an understanding. Fast forward a few weeks later, her dad helped her secure a job in the bank as a service executive in customer service. So one day we argued and we didn't speak for 3 days, and in that period, she closed from work. She went to see a male friend that asked to see her at a suya spot. She left the spot when it was dark at about 8 p.m. or so on her way to catch a ride back home, and she got robbed. Her phone and her bag were taken away from her, and she sustained an injury on her shoulder, and the injury mark is still there till this very day. I didn't know this happened at the time, so when she got home, she called me with her sister's phone, narrating how she got robbed, but she never told me that she went to see a male friend. She told me it happened when she closed from work and I was on her way home. Remember, we didn't speak for 3 days, so she reached out when the incident happened. I sympathized with her, and that was how we got back talking and we reconciled. A few days later, she opened up to me and told me everything that happened and told me not to tell her sister because the same story was what she fed her sister at the time. That is the initial story. I was pissed but couldn't really express my anger at the time because she was traumatized, and so I let everything slide and things became more toxic between us. We would always argue and reconcile. So one day we had a conversation with a friend. She had a conversation with a friend of hers who told her to keep her options open and that I'm not a serious guy. Friend we no know me, oh, imagine. So at the end of September 2023, I saw her Insta story at a restaurant. She was all dressed up, looking fly with makeup on, and I didn't even suspect she was with a guy. I just assumed she was with her sister because she always goes out with her sister. The next day she went out again, but this time around with her sister and a few guys, and I asked her how her day was or how her day went, and she told me everything but omitted the part where she went out. And I told her I saw her story and she was out with a couple of guys, and then she said, oh, I forgot. That triggered me and I started calling her names, and I ended the call, and eventually we ended the relationship. Bro, your mail is very long, but I think there's a lot of rigmarole going on. I'm not going to read it, like it's too long. I still have another like 1,000 words, and I'm not going to do this.
God damn.
Because one thing before you learn how to be in a relationship with someone anonymous, you need to learn brevity. It's very important. Brevity brevity is important. But your mail is long and there's a lot of things going on, right?
I can just give us like the conclusion or the summary.
That's the thing. I'm just going to read the last paragraph. She sent a voice note. I'm just summarizing. I'm at the end here. She sent a voice note crying hot tears and begging me not to leave her, that she wanted to tell me, but she didn't know how to. I was really disappointed because even if she wanted to sleep with someone, I didn't expect her to sleep with a 45-year-old man married with kids. Oh, shit. So that's what happened. Okay. It's giving me hookup vibes. They met on 3 different occasions and hooked up 3 times. The last time being around the end of December 2023.
What's the ask? Go. See that should he continue the relationship or
we are getting there. The man started to drift away from her. Communication died down from his side because he had obviously gotten what he wanted and is probably satisfied and didn't want to have anything to do with her anymore. Then that's when she remembered me and the love and the care I showed her and decided to run back to me. I should have just started his mail from this place. Anyways, now I understand and I know why she called me in January 2024. The call that I missed when I reached out to her, that I said, whatever. She keeps reaching out to me and crying in voice notes and swearing that she wouldn't do such again. And now I have full control over her, that anything I want to do, she's going to do, including quitting her job. I still haven't responded. It's been 2 months since I found out, and she still reaches out. The moment she hooked up with someone else was the moment she broke our bond. So there's no chance on earth that I'm accepting her back. I started to feel for her. Don't get me wrong, I'm never taking her back, but I just wish there was a way I could make her feel better and understand that she has to move on with her life because the anger phase in me has passed and I genuinely don't want her anymore. And she has to and she has said that if I block her, she's going to take her life. Simisi Wala. I don't know how serious she is with this statement, and that's why I haven't blocked her yet. What should I do? Thanks for taking your time to read my mail. Well, we read half of it. God bless you all. Well, Anonymous, this is crazy. This is toxic. This is beyond, like, you need to calm down and really sit down and take our feedback. But guess what, Anonymous? You are in luck because we have a relationship expert with specificity, with specifics on toxic relationship. He has also been through one, so he understands it clearly. May I introduce you to our psychotherapist, Mr. Doctor rather, Steve Dede, who can advise you on your next steps.
To start with,
Dr. Dede, please go ahead.
one of the biggest signs of being in a toxic relationship is you sitting down and writing this long email.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a sign
that's a red flag.
they don't catch you. You are somewhere. You are somewhere
in a bottle.
Man would have just done this thing in 3 freaking paragraphs. So why did you not tell me you stole someone's chair?
Osagie, I've been here. Osagie, I've been here before. When you're in a toxic relationship, you don't start with something. You start on this day.
Oh my
God!
Single
one that you had.
Obviously, this has also been a girl who has always who always thinks that there's something better for her out there. That's why she has always kept her option open. And that's why she makes a statement like, oh, when I start walking and dressing and going out, I'll meet people, blah, blah, blah. This is someone who knows that there's something out there waiting for her, something better. I just think you're wasting your time, bro. That's my own opinion. You know, on the flip side, I think she has experienced something, which is the married men pee and stuff like that, and now realize that not in these streets, nothing there outside. There's rice at home. So those are like the two those are the two sides that I'm seeing.
Oh god.
Those are the two sides that I'm seeing. That's it. It's so simple. It's a very long email, so I need to give my shortest response ever.
Be as brief as possible.
As possible.
Bro, all I can tell is that when you saw her moving to a lot of men, that's when you should have pulled out. Literally, figuratively, physically, sexually. But you held on to the idea. Now, your eye don't see, waiting your eye don't see. When OGs tell you that, beware of women, you will know it's masculine toxicity, it's toxic masculinity, blah, 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 blah. Your eye don't see her now. Your eye don't see her now. So enjoy it. Bro, do not hold on to any fantasy that she's coming back or she will change. She's for the streets, bro. A great urban poet from Atlanta said it and said it once. She's for the streets. Let it go. Unless you work in Julius Berger, you cannot fall out to the streets. But if you know you're not inclined to be a Julius Berger man, go and find your partner somewhere else. There are babes who are out there for the game and there are babes out there for you. This one is clearly for the game. Let her be. Simple.
Another urban poet from North Carolina said, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her.
Yeah, bro.
But anyway, on a real note, right? On a real note, he's been through a lot, but I'm glad you said you've moved past your anger phase, which is great, right? And that you just feel bad for her. Best thing you can do for her is, again, after what Dr. Dede and Dr. Yotitu have said, if you feel like you've moved away from it, then that's fine. I'm glad you've come to that conclusion. If you still love that, see, guys, don't care what these guys are saying. If you still love that, genuinely love that, you feel like she made a genuine mistake, there's no problem reenacting that relationship. But if you've personally and genuinely moved on, see, Steve is looking at me like, what the hell? If you've personally genuinely moved on, brother, just, stay out of it and face your life. Everybody will be fine. This situation you are saying, I've been in this situation now.
Yeah, but can I add a PS? Yeah. If you go back, please, Nana, filter this email remember this email address so that you don't come back and tell us, I don't want to hear part 2. I see. Look, man, we are in danger. We are in perilous times. You have to guard your heart.
I
These
just feel
women
like
have,
men.
these women have
When
evolved
you-
into barracudas. So all these play what they play. I don't understand what there's no sympathy here. Mr. Man, move on. Go to the strip club tonight. Slap some big yash and move on with your life. Because I don't understand this fantasy.
But this is toxic.
This fantasy that you're trying to build, I don't understand it at all. She's for the streets, she's for the streets. Person, not be ordinary person is sleeping 45-year-old man. So move on.
My brother, move on.
Yeah, move on.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just make amends. Make sure everybody, no fight with anybody. Move away from the anger like you have done. Life is
Yeah.
good. Life is good. All right, man. We have to go on a break because that was a lot. We have to go on another break. Go on a music break. Then when we come back, we can continue the fan mail.
Mr. Flavor, M.I. Fino Fido, you done know. Mr. Flavor, M.I. Mastercraft, you done know.
Baby, don't see your nato, darling, darling. Baby, don't see your nato, sweetie, sweetie. Baby, don't see your nafio. I love you, I love you. Baby, don't see your nada. I miss you, I miss you. Onyezi mwasi kwa numboge sunu. Onyezi mwasi kwa numboge bido. Gidi gigadaga koga nafyonu. Gaga yawa gogas. Iyi machazi kwa niji monolu. Mwa baby, iji monolu. I got my dick was in wiser, yeah. Gotta be wiser, yeah. I gotta be a little clever, yeah. Gotta be clever, yeah. I got my dick was in wiser, yeah. Gotta be wiser, yeah. I gotta be a little sharper, yeah.
Nekwamo nempagi. Anom no so page ben woko so jakagi. Oh my guys are not jump up that girl bo asage man anjoge sing happen at that guy bo kwa one nempagi. Nko nji de go de get handed. Ego manka to ge manka to rogi. Eko kude wedding come or down swallow pride yo. It's just an better baby come joy.
Yeah. Onyezi mwasi kwa numboge sunu. Onyezi mwasi kwa numboge bido. Gidi gigadaga koga nafyonu. Gaga yawa gogas. Iyi machazi kwa niji monolu. Mwa baby, iji monolu. Yeah. I got my dick was in the wiser, yeah. Gotta be wiser, yeah. I gotta be a little clever, yeah. Gotta be clever, yeah. I got my dick was in the wiser, yeah. I gotta be a little sharper, yeah.
My father used to tell me, make sure you find the one. Now she go keep your household and keep her na number one. And since man na player, he go always try to score. If he carry any number based on what he can afford. So when I met you, I believed I reached my goal. Now you go keep my heart, baby, my body and my soul. But contrary to my previous thought, now me they left behind because you done the front. Wow. Now you done the answer phone with style. Your password is longer than River Nile. You say your sister call you, but when you want to call her back, you can't enter contact. You know why use redial. Why? How did we go from that to this? We need to talk about it, girl. We got a lot to gist. Cause I don't understand what you're saying. Don't understand what you're saying, baby. They are not really past the place.
Gotta be wiser, yeah. I gotta be a little clever, yeah. Gotta be clever, yeah. I got my dick was in the wiser, yeah. Oh no, I gotta be a little sharper, yeah. Oh no.
You are now listening to Loose Talk.
All right. You gotta be a little wiser. You gotta be a little clever. Let's get back to the fan mail. This is Nick talking about the state of Nigerian politics. Nick says the state of Nigerian politics is quite absurd. Supposed savior is preoccupied with globe-trotting to attend high-profile events and showering congratulatory messages on social media influencers. Also, the individual who lost the governorship election due to an alleged rigging and undue influence is embroiled in a lengthy court battle. It's an open secret that even an international court verdict might not alter the outcome. Rather than contesting the results, shouldn't candidates focus on devising strategies to prevent electoral malpractices in the future? Elections are held regularly, yet the pattern of rigging persists. Promoting temporary outcries and protests. When will we break this cycle? It's time for a paradigm shift. Instead of merely decrying the outcome, let's work towards establishing robust systems to ensure the integrity of our electoral process. Do you guys think the politics in Nigeria will one day get better? I think to answer your immediate question, like the last one, no. Then
No.
let's go to the first one. It says, our supposed savior is preoccupied with globetrotting and attending high-profile events and sharing congratulatory messages on social media influencers. First of all, Mr. Nick, I believe he's referring to Peter Obi here, right? Mr. Nick, let me first break it down for you. Before Peter Obi described himself as a politician, he's a businessman. Just so you know. Number two, he's nobody's savior. Number three, he's just another politician, right? So he's not going to spend the whole year basically doing what? The whole year basically chastising. What do you want to do? Sit in Nigeria and just be chastising and be staging protest or whatever. That's not how to
Yeah.
run. That's not even how to be a politician. He has been at where was he the last time? He was at Yale, right?
He was at I said the Hopkins University
Yeah.
Medical, or I think Hopkins Hospital or something. I can't remember.
I
where
think
it
it's a
was.
Hopkins.
Yeah.
Or something Hopkins. Yeah.
Then he also went for a public lecture where Gowon was. So somewhere in the north recently this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at John Hopkins, right? This is what people who are trying to run for president, if he's going to run in 2027, he also hasn't announced. So again, you can't put food in someone's mouth and then expect them to chew it because you are the one that put the hot food in there. That's not how it works. He has not announced he's running for president in 2027. That's even the first thing. Second thing is, he has a right to travel everywhere he's going to. And with this traveling, I would assume he's also doing what? He's either, aligning with forces or influencing people, or, that's what
Yeah,
politicians do.
social
They go around.
engagements and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's always been him. He's always traveling. Yeah.
Yeah. He raised a very nice point saying, rather than contesting elections, should candidates focus on devising strategies to prevent electoral malpractice in the future? Here's the thing. It's not their job to do that. It's their job to say they want to run for office and then they get elected. It is the country that should ensure that electoral malpractices don't exist. It's not any politician's business to now start gauging, and you can have people who come to observe, but even from a law enforcement perspective, you can't do beyond observing, right? So how do you want to prevent electoral malpractices when you are meant to, when there's an independent electoral commission, right, that should handle the elections, and you should sit back and trust the independent electoral commission to execute or carry out elections in the best way possible. So again, it's not the politician's job. Again, for candidates, you are telling a candidate to devise a strategy to prevent electoral malpractice that he wants to also conduct. He also wants to partake in. Let me tell you, it is not the only, and this is what we always think in Nigeria, right? That the person that won is the only person that rigged the election. That's not how it works, my brother. Everybody is rigging.
Although to rig, you must have access to like the apparatus to rig, and in my opinion, Peter Obi didn't have that.
Steve, you cannot 100% tell me Peter Obi did not rig. And when we mean Peter Obi did not rig, right? It's like, how they say Tinubu rigged. They are not. These people are they are going to fill a position. There's a political party You know, and I always want us, and we keep centering on the people that are going to occupy
That's
the
what I'm
first
saying. Is the
position.
party Labour Party did not have control of any institution to rig at all.
But
Not
that
the
does not mean.
police,
But
not
that does
the.
not mean. That does not mean they did not rig.
So how do you rig without having any control of any of the institutions?
It's
It's
money.
impossible. It's almost
It's
impossible.
money. You use money to rig. It's money creates the control. You bribe electoral officials. You bribe law enforcement. Then you can rig, and then you have what they call it, HR on ground.
Yeah, but when you bribe those people, then they also have to do the collation at a certain center, either in the state or the federal. They can also change the result there because someone more powerful is controlling that institution.
That doesn't mean you did not rig.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So we don't know. So
I
you know,
understand. Yeah,
it's way more complex than we see it.
I get,
And that is
understand what
why
you're
it
saying.
has not been fine-tuned. See, guys, in our lawmakers, we do not know what policies they vote yea or nay for. In 2025, we don't know what the senator representing your constituency or the House of Rep, right? We don't know what policy they voted for or voted against in 2025. That's a fundamental problem now, before you even start going into elections. Okay. Anonymous talks about the scammers being out. Listening to this episode and laughing my head off. Osagie, you're completely right, and I fell for this recently for someone I really respect, Pastor Sam Adeyemi. I attended the Shift conference, basically a 4-hour conference on moving to the next level in your business. This conference was 100K for base access and 400,000 naira or so for VIP access. Echo Hotel was full. I was truly shocked at how many people could afford 100,000 naira just like that for a 4-hour conference. To be honest, the content was not bad. One of the speakers was the CEO of Rain Oil, and he gave salient points from his business journey. I just couldn't shake off why a pastor was charging 100,000 naira for such a conference in the poverty capital of the world, especially seeing the full list of sponsors for the event. Half of the conference was used to promote his book, charged by the commendations by Bovi, who was the MC, and other speakers. I proceeded to purchase the book after the conference, and I was told it's 50,000 naira. I was shook. 50,000 naira for a 200-page book in Lagos by a pastor. I just waka jeje away from the stand. I couldn't really put my thoughts together about it till I heard this episode. More so from such a respected pastor, but I was still giving him the benefit of the doubt. Just a few weeks after the conference, I was scrolling on Insta, only for me to see another ad for his new conference, Business Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. This one is a 7-hour conference. Guess the price, guys. 1.5 million naira for regular, 2.5 million naira for premium, and 5 million naira for VIP. I lost it. Oh my god. See, I just want to understand what the 1.5 million naira regular and the difference between the 1.5 million regular and the 5 million naira for VIP. I want to know the difference there.
Networking, one-on-one one-on-one mentoring.
I'm going to his page.
And the whole it's going to his page.
Yeah, I want to know the value. I want to know the value proposition for each pricing. For the pricing,
you have time, Osagie. You have time.
Sam Adeyemi. Actually I do. Okay, yeah, boom, seen it. He has 913,000 followers. Oh, I see what this guy is doing. The scammers are out, guys. Listen to this. This is the first video on his page.
Good your seed is, the soil will still determine its yield. Environment is just environment. Like they say in leadership about this species of the shark. When you put it in an aquarium, the longest it ever grows to be is 6 inches. Doesn't grow more than that. And however long it may have stayed in the aquarium, when you take it and throw it into the ocean, it grows to full size. That's the power of the environment. And I say there's something similar between humans and that shark. In some environments, a human being will just not be able to unleash their potential, period. However,
I love this. The scammers are out, guys. Let me read the caption for you. And this was pinned on his page, by the way. It was posted 28 weeks ago. Let me read the caption for you. Happy Monday. Your environment is like the soil where your seeds of growth are planted. Be intentional about curating a space that fosters your development and progress. The more you nurture it, the better your results you see. Let's make this week even better with the last. Oh, and I see the famous ChatGPT dash. Go after it with purpose. Enjoy your day. Hashtag shifts. Hashtag growth mindset. Hashtag success. Hashtag environment matters. Hashtag Samademi. Hashtag see you. Notice here, no God, no Jesus, no Holy Spirit, nothing. These guys are making a shift into the business play. This is a full shift into the business play. They've reviewed the market. They've seen that, man, this gospel shit, they're saturated already. Too many people.
No. They've acquired influence through the religious part.
Yeah.
So now it's just to monetize the
I'm
influence.
going for your pockets and you need to pay me so I can tell you how's this guy going to advise you on business? What the fuck does this guy know about running a business apart from running a church? No, I just want to know.
The church is the business.
Oh, so you're not okay. So so everybody's now finally admitting what I was talking about, which is your church members were customers, anyways.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Why am I going to come to this guy to learn about how to grow a business?
Yeah.
Guys,
I understand what you're saying.
Nah, you guys are keeping quiet because it's Pastor Samadi. I mean, nobody can talk. Now everybody just see Ayo can't say shit. Man, fuck you guys, man.
What's concern now? It's obvious what he's doing now. It's obvious.
Look at Steve chickening out. Look at Steve
I'm not chickening out.
Wow. Wow.
No, there's I understand what you're saying.
The scammers are out.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
Yeah.
This is a full-fledged scammer. What are we talking about?
Yep.
Sorry, because you guys couldn't see the video. I can see the video because I'm playing from IG. You guys can just hear it. He is in like how you have this hotel and they have like these boardrooms.
Yeah.
With like the projector screen at the back. That's where he is.
Yeah,
this is not in the church, by the way.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, man? Get the fuck out of here. Nah, I'm not buying any of this. Oh, let me play you another one.
Those big goals, achieving them can be stressful, especially when you get to the part that has to do with raising the money. I've been through it several times, and you have the deadline coming for the closing or deadline to pay the deposit. You know what most people do to avoid the stress? They just don't make the commitment. Why set goals that will take away your sleep? But the amazing thing is, if you've done it before, you know that somehow, eventually, a breakthrough comes. Don't leave this place today without setting a 10x goal. Why don't...
Then the guy said 10x
10x.
What?
Why go for 5?
Hi, guys. Oh.
This is startup speak. Okay. I'm going to read his comments. This was 5 years ago. It says, be audacious, make the commitment today, and go for it with boldness and clarity. You're capable of more than you know. Sometimes the breakthrough can come after the leap. Hashtag bold moves. Hashtag Samademi. Hashtag commitment. Hashtag shifts. Hashtag growth. Hashtag courage. Hashtag leadership. Guys, you guys are not seeing. Ooh, I've seen it. 40-day leadership reset. Transform your life exponentially in just 40 days. The leadership reset is designed for you to help you pivot, refocus, and make changes needed to start the year on the right path. Here's your plan. 40-day leadership reset program with the Samademi, self-paced online study for your convenience, daily challenges to enhance your leadership skills, 1-year access to the program, certificate of completion. The first 40 participants gain access to a live coaching call and a QA session in just 30 days. I'm going to look for the link so I'll see how much it is. Did you notice something in this text that he put here? Did you notice something, guys?
We're not seeing it now.
No, the text I just read out.
Okay.
Did you guys notice something?
No,
what is it?
He didn't mention your business. This is smart, man. These guys are freaking smart. He said the 40-day leadership reset. What is a leader? It's so ambiguous and
broad.
And broad that
it's a net now in the river, catching every sort of
God
fish.
Damn it! It's 47,000 naira, by the way. That's for the leadership. Yeah, for 7,000. Not bad. You know, okay. You get a certificate of completion. They put it on seller.com.
That's below minimum wage now.
Comments have been limited, by the way. Maybe they're going to flame him. And it goes on and on. This guy has fully pivoted. This is mad. I didn't notice this, man. See, whoever is who sent us that mail, shout out to you. That was Anonymous. Shout out to
Yeah.
Anonymous. The scammers are truly out.
Out.
I've seen another one. Leadership development, inspire innovation, model 2. What's in for you? How to delegate effectively. Develop skills to unleash leadership capabilities. Moving from vision to execution. Courses include leadership, leading with vision, delegation and supervision, hybrid. God damn it. See, guys, take this flyer. Take this flyer if you want to. Oh, it's called the Daystar Leadership Academy. Raising exceptional leaders. What the fuck is an exceptional leader?
Oh yeah,
What
they
are
have
these
an
things?
academy. Yeah.
Take this flyer, guys. If you want to do this course, if you think, oh, I need leadership improvement, take this damn freaking flyer as you see it. Upload it to your chat GPT. If you're in Nigeria, GPT is 9,900 naira. If you go through your Apple phone, if you don't have an Apple phone, go and get an Apple account, download or get Mac, just whatever. It's 9,900 naira. Take this flyer, put it in GPT-4. That is the paid version. Tell it, prompt it and say, I want you to build a curriculum for, I cannot attend this event or this course. I want you to build a curriculum for me, taking examples from in fact, as a matter of
From
fact,
YouTube.
no. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Use the GPT-03. That's the one that uses advanced reasoning. That's the one that can go and grab links from the web and everything. And it's updated. It's up to April 2025. And tell it to build a curriculum citing clear example and success stories in which you can use to run your business. Describe clearly and fully what your business is, right? Now, when you have written the prompt, take that prompt and put it into GPT-4 and say, develop for me a better prompt or develop for me a more accurate prompt that can lead to a better result for me. And then the thing, you put the prompt in, it will design a better prompt for you. When you take the prompt, then go to another GPT window and put that prompt in there. Then it will design a full curriculum for you. You can even tell it, like, itemize it. And then from each item, you can tell it to expand it with clear examples. My brother, or sister, you build this basic leadership course for yourself without paying a penny. Don't let anybody call dog monkey for you or monkey dog for you. Let me move on. My co-host are chicken out from the conversation.
I'm not checking it out. So you're making a point. You're preaching here now. So I don't want to call you shots.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah. But
anyways,
I think the thing is that Nigerians, I don't know, like Nigerians don't know how to do things themselves, and that's why we pay for everything. We pay for someone to help us write CV. We pay for we don't know how to do things ourselves. I just
it's
hope
because
people can learn research.
From when it's still back to education.
It is.
It's back to education. Is how they teach us. How many projects did you run in primary school?
Milk.
How many projects did you run in secondary school?
This guy's in milk.
Mother's milk. Milk is missing. Drink more milk, guys.
Drink more milk.
All right. Great advice. Great advice.
I can always think back to this case where this situation where I told you guys now, Ikeja Electric told people to update their meter number with something. Like the information was clear. You can do it with your phone. There's a USSD format to do it. There's an online format to do it. Simple.
Oh, I remember now.
Bro,
You just go
people
online
were going
and they're
to
giving people
vendors
steps.
and queuing and paying vendors to do it. I was just shaking. I was like, this thing is so easy now.
I was charging people in secondary school to open free Yahoo emails.
Yeah, standard now. Standard.
I'll write it on the board, everything. People were paying me and I was charging. Anyways, we have Abisi. Abisi is asking for an update on ALT2's toaster. She says, my name is Abisi. I started listening to your pod when Nigerians on Twitter were upset about Idris Elba playing Okonkwo in the upcoming Things Fall Apart movie. I wanted to hear reactions outside the Twitter sphere, so I did a search on Apple Podcast, and you guys showed up. Nana, you see why show notes are very important. Nana. I listened to the episode and I've been locked. Oh, sorry, I've been hooked since then. A few weeks later, Osag gave a shout out to listeners in Massachusetts, and I felt very special. Shout out to you, Abisi.
Oh, shout out to you, shout out to you, shout out to
I'm
you.
writing because I just listened to the hypothetical failure episode, and I want to know how things went between ALT2 and Choma, Daddy's little girl. I laughed so hard as Osags read the mail, plus the background music. What a toaster that babe is. I love a good lamba. Please give us juicy deets. Did ALT2 meet her dad on the yacht between the Maldives and Bora Bora? Are you guys taking palm wine to the east? Have a good day, guys. Shout out to you, obviously, for writing in, and thank you for discovering the pod. I hope you guys you enjoy listening to it. I don't know about ALT2 and Choma's how it went between them. Right now, ALT2 is also on the phone. That's why he can't come. He can't say anything. He's talking on the phone, or he's forming that he's talking on the phone. Or he just cut the phone. I don't know anyone, but he's going to have to update us when he can update us. But we got to keep it
Yeah.
moving. Yeah. All right.
Ayo, did you hear us at all?
No, he didn't put his earphones in his ear, so he didn't hear anything we said
Yeah.
because he
Sorry,
was on the
I
call.
had a office call. What were you guys saying?
Someone
Oh,
was
okay, okay,
asking
okay.
about one of the toasters that for the love of Ayo, one of the ladies, Chioma, Daddy's little girl. How did he go?
First of all,
Someone
I
is
want to
asking.
say, all the ladies that sent in their emails, you people are scammers. It's not, the scammers are back, true, and you people are one of them. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Woo! Well, obviously, you know how it went down.
See, Nigerian women are the biggest. The amount's too much. I recently went on Bumble. I know
Yeah.
Bumble is ladies that have to make the first.
Mm-hmm.
See, ladies will make the first move. They now still wait for you to now continue the distance.
Yes, now.
I'm like, bro, I can't do this.
You must
I'm too
chase
grown.
now.
Bro, I'm
You
too
must
grown for
chase.
this shit. I'm too grown for this shit. I beg.
Who
I
was
beg.
that female artist? Oh yeah, it was Fave. She did a Twitter competition where men like her fans would win a date, and then someone won the date, and she told the person to pay for the date.
Of course, now it's that way. It's that way. Shout out to Nigerian women.
There's this popular tweet on Twitter. A girl in Abuja was tweeted that she's bored, that she wants to go out, like she wants to go out with somebody. Another girl now responded and said, "Okay, I'm down for you too." She now responded and said, "I be woman, no." You know, especially
Oh my goodness, that shit is funny. Okay, where are we? Let's get back to fan mail. We have another Ask the Giants. This is about family issues. I would like your help to handle and navigate this problem I have. I really hope this email is read on time. I moved from Abuja to Lagos 4 years ago because I got a job that paid 4x my pay at the time. When I got to Lagos, not knowing anybody here at the time, I decided to stay with a cousin of mine for a few weeks while I tried to get an accommodation. Few weeks turned into 3 months. Apparently, Lagos is a different place compared to Abuja. Anyways, in those 3 months, my cousin, who I'm very close to because we attended the same secondary school, became closer. She always tells me about how her husband doesn't provide for her and how she is tired of the marriage and all of that. I keep telling her to be patient and keep talking to him. Eventually, I got my place and moved out. Fast forward 2 weeks ago, I haven't visited in a while, although we always communicate on the phone via phone calls and WhatsApp messages. I decided to visit. While we were at home, she got a call and excused herself to pick the call. Unknowingly to her, the phone was connected to the sound system and she connected it via Bluetooth to play music. So while she was receiving the call, I could hear the conversation as it was about she and someone else had just had sex a day before and how she felt. She was asking him if he came in her and or not and all of that. Now I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. Although I would like to feel indifferent because it is not my business, but for some weird reason that I don't know, I feel angry, pissed, and disappointed. I managed to put up a normal face when she came back until I left. Also, in the 3 months I've mentioned earlier, I have become close to the husband, who I think is a cool guy in my opinion. In fact, she mentioned several times to me that he is a good person, but she doesn't take care of her financially. Another context is that the guy works as a security guy in an office in Ikoyi, not too far from my office. While my sister owns a very big frozen food business that is doing very well. I know I can't tell the guy, but I feel so bad keeping this to myself. And in my culture, it is said that when things happen, it affects the man's ability to provide as he is stunted spiritually. How do I navigate these giants? Men, Anon, this is a confusing one. But let me tell you something, Anon. You are in luck because right now on this call, we do have a specialist who deals in extramarital affairs, like
Jesus
specifically.
Christ.
He has vast experience in extramarital affairs and how it affects family members, just like your case. He's a specialist. Let me introduce you
The
to
thing is,
Dr. Steve Dede, who will take this issue and break it down for you. Doctor, please go ahead.
as long as it's the girl that you're related to, man, just mind your. The only person you can talk to is the girl, is the woman. That's it. You can't go and talk. I don't see a scenario where you have to go and talk to the guy about. I don't know, man. I just feel that the person that you're closest to is the person that you go and talk to, which is, um, which is the woman. And it's not so surprising though when it has gotten to an extent where a married woman is complaining to you, no matter how. No, it's not as if you guys are siblings. They are cousins, right? Osags?
Cousins, yes.
Cousins, yeah. From the place that where she starts complaining about, oh, he's not taking care of me, and start complaining about the marriage. Something like this was always going to bound to happen. So I don't see any surprising thing from the first part of your email to the last part. I wasn't shocked with the transition of the story. But I feel the best thing to do is just to talk to your sister and your cousin and just move on. To be very honest. Yep. That's it.
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Didi. And our second therapist, Mr. Ayotitu.
My brother in Christ.
Doctor.
Oh, I don't know which religion, brother in Christ, brother in Allah, brother in Shango, or Duduwa.
Which one would that be?
My brother, shut up your mouth and live your life. Thank you. You know concern you. She always happen. You know concern you. You move on. You know concern you. That's it.
Okay, so Ayo says, concern you, keep it moving. Steve says, if you want to have a conversation, you can only have a conversation with your cousin. If I can dig in deep every Tuesdays. If I can dig in deeper, Steve,
yeah,
what kind of conversation will he have with his cousin? Is he going to try and hold her, try to tell her is he going to try and hold her accountable? Is he going to pressure her to tell the husband? Like, what's that conversation like?
No.
And Steve, before I continue,
Yeah.
women are not always held accountable. You have to understand. That woman 101. I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah. She has given the reason why she did it. So that's the reason you're going to hear. She's not going to admit that, she fucked up or whatever it is. He pushed me to do it. He wasn't taking care of me. He wasn't giving me attention, blah, 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 whatever it is. So she's the best person to just have that conversation with her and just let her know. Because sometimes it's also important that someone gets like an outside opinion into what they are doing. Maybe from their own comprehension, they can justify it. But once you're able to like give them all like a counter view, they might be able to like have a change of mind. And by the end of the day, it's also like two people who are married, so you have to be very careful how you interfere in someone else
and how you navigate through
it. So have the conversation with her. If it's troubling you enough, if not me, it will trouble me. But if it's troubling you enough, have a conversation with your cousin, and that should be it.
Okay, you heard it from the doctors themselves. Please.
Is it doctor like Dr. Umar Johnson?
That's even too far. It's the doctor that in the Molwe in Lagos.
The ones that sell moringa.
Yeah, moringa and something seed, mustard seed.
Mustard seed.
You see this mustard seed, one like this, one.
I like the way they master the features of what they are selling. Like it's masterful. It's beautiful to see. To be very seen. And the origin skills, they know how to. Oh man, they did try. They did try.
They are good marketers and salespeople. All right, man. That's it from us for this episode, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
A great one. I like this fan mail one. This was nice. Yeah,
it was nice.
This was good.
Round of applause to everybody that wrote in. Please, if you want to write in, the email to write in simple, it's fanmail@loosetalkgiants.com. We're also taking audio bites right now. If you want to send your fan mail audio right? You can just mail it to us at fanmail@loostalkgiants.com, and we will play the audio on the podcast as well, just in case you don't want to write. You can also say, please, I use God beguna. If una go send audio, please,
Don't send
please,
podcasts.
keep it brevity.
Don't send one
Remember
full
our bros.
podcast.
Remember our
Yes.
bros. Don't send podcast to podcast.
Yeah,
Brevity. Brevity. Don't be. See, I'm telling you people now, because I attend Nigerian conferences. When they say it's time to ask questions, I know when you people start.
You know the best one? I don't really have a question.
Oh
but
my
I just want to touch on 3
God.
points. Then go and bro, come on.
You know, so please, if you want to send an audio, please, we're 100% welcome it. Brevity and articulate yourself. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave you in the hands of Tiwa Savage and Dr. Seed. They're asking a question. If I start to
Jam.
talk, this is one of my best jams ever.
It was a great record.
We ain't even got a drag on it. I got many blessings, I could brag on it. I've been through the fire, I could talk on it. And I heard it on the street that they got love for me.
Oh, show Baba. Now Baba God, they make me turn my swag on. Them they got to me anytime when the song's on. Them they see the light they shining and they wrong come.
Now you see, say we there on the city. I don't think that any one of you can step the titty. I just wanna sing the song. Break it down, oh yeah, shake it to the conga, yeah.
Baba God don't bless us. Now why we they talk this matter, eh? Some people want to pull me down, I still they waka, eh?
No be say them say, no they do like say you know no. No be say them say, my brother.
Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for one. Everyone is okay, I do bear for one. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for one. Make a Jones okay.
My brother, if I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going. If I start to talk, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going.
My sister,
We no going. If I start to count all the blessings my back on they keep me, we no going. My brother, he no going. Oh yeah, throw your hands up in the air for me. If you feel it, sing along, sing the song for me. You can pop anything, lift the bill for me. When the sun comes on, know your job for me.
no follow them, they complain. Make you no forget, say Baba God day. Every day is a good day. Holiday from Monday to
Oh
Sunday.
yeah, kumole, oh yeah, it's okay. Oh yeah, patewa, show them problem no day. See my life today, blessings every day. And they shine so bright.
It they make them they wonder why we they so composed. Anything we do, we they in control. Anywhere we go, then they won't follow. And anything we touch, we they turn to gold. Oh yeah, Joe for me, I do bear for one. Everyone is okay, I do bear for one. Oh yeah, go mole, I do bear for one. Like a Jones
My
okay.
brother, if I start to talk, the thing where I don't take my eyes, see we no going. My brother, we no going. If I start to count, the thing where my back on it don't do, we no going. My sister, we no going.